because Gary Barbera's is storming out of the gate, and you can too in America's favorite from $12,990. Yes, from $12,990.
It's our first sale of the year with Jeeps Cheap. And that's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap.
Oh, yeah. DollarStillSocks.com.
New year, new car.
It's our first sale of the year. Going Cherokee.
Crazy? Shop rows and rows of Borbeck in the Boulevard. Jeeps cheap. Just $199 down for only $199 a month.
Right, Birds coach Nick?
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Go Birds.
DollarStillSocks.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Don't be impressed when you hear someone settle their case for what may seem like lots of money. $500,000 seems like lots of money until you learn they lost both legs, had a brain injury, or were paralyzed and can never work again. All law firms are not the same. To see what your case may be worth, go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts and settlements for cases just like yours. Look before you leave. Hire the right lawyer. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
If you want to save money and start the year right, Staples has you covered.
I need everything to restock my business. File folders, break room supplies, even business cards.
Staples has you covered with big savings on everything you need for your home or office. And now at Staples, Rewards members get $30 back via Staples store bonus when they spend $100. That's $30 to use toward everything from ink to tech. Save big right now at Staples, the working and learning store. Rewards members only. Store bonus redeemable in-store only. Offer ends 1/21.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yeah, we finally got to Wednesday. So we get closer to Saturday, where we try to get down to the Philadelphia Eagles being able to advance.
Is the week already going slow?
It feels terribly slow to me.
Doesn't it?
It feels terribly slow.
I had 3 friends call me yesterday after we were on the air to say, "Oh, Kuhn, I got something you can do on Saturday. My daughter plays at 11. Our team plays at 1. You can come over and hang out because I'm going to be doing this from around 2 o'clock. Like, people are just looking to pass the time.
The 8:15. I know a lot of people would have preferred the 4:30. But Pat is not one of them. Pat does not like Pat would prefer the night game. You say it seems bigger to you.
Yeah, I give me the night game. With a Saturday, yeah, give me the night game.
See, I think the Saturday 4:30 would be pretty strong. I think it's a pretty strong one because then everybody gets their Saturday night to party after the Eagles advance to the NFC Championship game. And yes, I say it, after the Eagles advance to the NFC Championship game. I'm not saying that with any wavering. I'm not saying that with any conditions. I do believe that the Saturday night party will still go on. I just think it's going to be a little bit different the way that it comes together. We've got exciting. It is Wednesday, though. We get closer. We're 3 nights out tonight at 8:15 from game time. And yesterday, there are so many things that happened when we talk about what we're going to do on a show, and then there's so many things that end up like invading it between now and then. And we'll get to that. Sixers winning their West Coast trip, and they've still got 2 games left on it as part of it. And I drifted out around halfway through the third quarter on the couch. But by that time, I felt confident. I felt pretty good. I almost went to bed at halftime.
Yeah, I made it through the third quarter, and yeah, you felt good about it.
I felt good at half.
They're playing good basketball.
They really are, and it looked like the Clippers were a little frustrated last night.
Yeah, they didn't. They had their horses, but their horses didn't come through all that much.
So we'll get to that coming up. But I mean, a couple things is and one of the biggest things is, and I had it on the show sheet talking about stuff we wanted to talk about today is, well, Wednesday practice is coming up, and that's where we'll find out about injuries and where everybody is. And lo and behold, on Tuesday, leading up to the Saturday game, they moved things up by a day. Jalen Hurts is completely removed from the injury report. And so I checked in with Chris Mortensen yesterday. We'll talk to Adam Schefter today. I'm floored. And it surprised even top NFL insiders that Jalen Hurts is completely removed from the injury report, which is supposed to mean there is no injury there. There's no nagging injury. There's no nagging injury. There's no nothing. I don't know what they're doing. And I will raise my hand to say this. I've complained about the Eagles doing and Sirianni doing gamesmanship, sitting in front of there behind a microphone and being like, well, who knows what happened? Might be ready. I don't know. How is he feeling? I don't know. That was definitive yesterday. Jalen Hurts is back. And Jalen Hurts is back full bore. He's not, this is Jalen Hurts. There's no injury on him. He's not supposed to be limited. He is not supposed to be limited in practice by what the Eagles did yesterday. He is not supposed to be limited in practice in any way or impaired by injury. I'm shocked.
What does it mean?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Does it matter? Is this gamesmanship in a way?
Do the Giants not know that he's battling a sore shoulder? Does anybody in the NFL not know that he missed a couple of games because of a sore shoulder? Does this change anything in the way the Giants prepare that, oh, you know what, guys, let's scratch this. He's not on the injury report. No, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. It does mean a lot, though, is I don't know anybody who thought this was going to be the case, that Jalen Hurts would be completely removed from the injury report, that they're not even in any way messing around with this saying, yeah, Jalen's still a little banged up. We're going to take it carefully. We're going to do it. He's back. And maybe all the rest worked. Maybe the throw in the towel last week worked. Whatever it is, Jalen's back. Or I wonder in my head, did Jalen want this to be the message? Is this the message Jalen wanted it to be, that enough of this injury crap, I'm back. And I'm back, and I'm there, and I'm ready to lead, and I'm ready to be out there, and whatever you can throw at me, I can handle it.
Maybe. There was also talk that he wanted to play in that game that he missed. What was it?
The Saints game.
The Saints game.
Reportedly pissed.
Yeah. So how much does he say really matter? Not that they're, brushing him off, but when it comes to injury, that's a medical staff thing. That's a team thing. We appreciate your input, but we're going to do what's best for you. I don't even know what not being on the injury list means. Remember there was it Tom Brady who was on it every single week after they got punished or
for a couple years he was on it.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is, though, it's supposed to mean, so I had to go read. It's supposed to mean that a player is not limited from any participation in practice due to a lingering injury. And it's also supposed to mean that their status for the game is not in question. This is all in place because of gambling.
Yeah.
And by the way, which is sort of strange in and of itself, that they do this for gambling so they don't say that people are playing fast and flippant with the with the rules. So I don't know. I feel great about it. Made me smile. I felt great about the game beforehand. I feel even better about it now.
I'll believe it in the first quarter.
So you're not believing it today. You're going to wait till the first quarter.
Yeah, I feel like I'll know pretty early on. Now, with that said, I mean, the last game against the Giants, the first quarter, he dropped that bomb into A.J. Brown and looked good, but I find it hard to believe all of a sudden he's just woke up. Okay, I'm good. I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem weird.
It feels like posturing. I mean, we focused on it all week, and Sirianni's been asked about it, and then all of a sudden, it's
totally clear.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, at some point, you have to be totally good to go, right? So why not today?
No, I think it's fantastic.
Why not yesterday?
I
Whatever
think it's fantastic if it is. If it's really is that he's feeling, completely great about it, that's awesome to me. And more importantly, I'm not concerned in the least that Jalen Hurts wasn't going to do everything he could to be ready, to be a full participant, and to do whatever he could. And I had also heard that he was not happy about not playing in the Saints game. So maybe he was healthier than was let on. And when we discussed it on the air, Bob, you said, what if Sirianni and the coaching staff said to the doctors, would he be better off with another week's rest?
Yeah.
And they said, yep.
Don't clear him.
And they said, yes, he would be. No, well, then they can make the decision and say, yeah, he could play today, but he'd be much better with another week's rest. Then they can make the decision and say, yeah.
Yeah. They put up either a red dot, a green dot, or a yellow dot. And the players come in, they look, and they say, oh, good, I'm a green, I'm good to go. Yellow, oh, I got to check in and show them I'm okay. Red, oh, damn, I'm out. He walked in on that Sunday, and there was a big red dot next to his name.
And now there's a big green one.
That's right.
Now he's there, and Jalen Hurts back in, and that should give you a lot more confidence, I would believe, heading into Sunday's contest. The Morning Mindbender tells us that 22% of Americans say it's been at least a year since they've done this, though most medical experts say it's perfectly healthy and normal. What is it? 22% that haven't, it's been at least a year since they've done this.
It just popped into my head. I'll say vomiting.
I'll say had sex.
Oh, geez.
In a year?
22% of Americans. Wow. Have you looked around this country?
Been longer than that.
I believe there's many that are much longer in droughts than that one.
Yeah, you work with one of them.
Just look at the guy answering the phones.
Coach.
Yeah, I will.
Wait, what? What is that?
I will go with gone to. Well, no, that's. I was gonna say gone to the optometrist, but doctors are never.
Well, that's you.
Doctors are never going to say it's okay not to see doctors.
Correct.
So one of you guys, I feel like, is probably right on this.
All right, Coach.
Nope. The answer is cry.
Cry.
That's correct. And further, a quarter of us cry at least once a week.
What?
Yep, that's what the
once
stat
a
is.
Week?
That's what
I
the
don't
stat
cry
is.
once a week.
I definitely have no problem crying. I have none. But once a week crying?
I don't think it necessarily means, and I don't know this, but I'm saying crying could be for a number of different reasons, not just because you're sad.
It can be you're happy.
Yeah, you're watching a sad movie, or you're happy for your team winning.
I'm a crier. I'll put it out there. I cried last night.
There you go.
I mean, I've had a tough few months. I've cried a few times. I
don't see crying as a negative.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
And it would, but I would think crying every week. You gotta. That's like, to me, seems a bit off to me.
Well,
I guess I'm thinking of it in the negative context.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not thinking of it in the happy context.
No, but I also think that the negative context is probably more accurate. I mean, you've got people that are what do you
depression.
Call it? Yeah, the depression, but then also like therapists. Therapists have to hear everybody's problems all day. It's a lot to hold on somebody. So
you think therapists go home and
absolutely
cry?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
I know a couple that
I
they
can't
have
imagine.
to shut the door and just they hear the worst of people, of everything bad that's going. I mean, no one's going to therapy and saying my life's great. It's all just the bad stuff.
And then I don't think you could help but internalize it.
No, I don't think it's something you just flip a switch.
Like one of my friend's daughter became a nurse during the pandemic, and she was watching people die on a daily basis.
I can't imagine.
And he said she would come home every day from work and cry. And finally he said, are you sure you're in the right profession? And she said, yes, that's why I'm crying, because I care so much. That's...
I can't imagine carrying that burden.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like my cousins who are in law enforcement or firemen and stuff like that. If they lose a peer, they see families that.
Yeah.
Lose it. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
You can cry happy tears too.
You can, but I'm saying is crying happy tears is a little bit different.
Weddings.
Yes. Well, you're not going to a wedding every week.
Well, no, this is
you know what I mean?
22% of the nation.
Christina cried Saturday. dropping Liv back off of college.
Yeah, I could see that.
She-
I don't
she
think I
gets-
cry 52 times a year.
Now, as Olivia asked me, Dad, you didn't cry, did you? And I said, I'll see you tonight for dinner. I see you tomorrow night for dinner. I told her, I said, no, I didn't cry. I'm happy you're having a great time at college.
I cried every time we dropped one of our kids off at
See,
college.
I haven't cried yet. And it's weird because I think it's because I can see her anytime I want that it feels that way. But I always feel like I'm making someone feel guilty if I cry. Like when I would leave Atlanta and leave the girls behind when I was coming up here, I would feel guilty if I showed tears. Because then I'd be like, I'm making that I knew they'd feel like crap when I got on the plane.
I think they saw you leave and they said, he doesn't give a damn. He didn't even shed a tear.
I cry 5
Bastard.
days a week.
You did that. I was here.
I open the door and see Pat.
There you
Tears
go.
start rolling down
Shut
my
up,
face.
jackass.
That's the way it works. All right, Bradford White Water Heaters are here for the Pro. Thanks, Bradford White, for being a part of things. We'll be at the Fairless Hills location of Rally House coming up this Friday. And we've got gift cards to give away all day long. We'll tell you how you're going to be able to do that. We hope you're going to come by and see us. Pat, the question is, do we beg our friends from Philly Pretzel Factory?
Yeah, I got no problem with begging.
Okay, we can beg.
No problem.
We love the Philly Pretzel Factory up
Oh,
there.
my God. That is so. When they walk in the door,
It's the
I don't
best
know if
breakfast.
I've ever been happier in my life. What do we get? The pork roll on a
pork roll on a pretzel. Oh my
bun?
gosh,
Oh
it's
my
amazing.
God.
I'm not above begging.
I might bring ketchup just in case.
I will whore myself out on that one big time.
Just to be prepared.
So the Sixers beat the Clippers last night, and they're now 3-0 on a West Coast trip. I tried to go back and find 3-0 West Coast trips, and I was having trouble last night. It's really difficult. When teams go west, a lot of times they go into a sort
They
of
go
like
south?
Yeah, well, they do. They sort of go south. And one of the things, too, is the LA back-to-back, where teams they try to schedule teams, give them a day apart, let them be in LA, let them play both teams. That tends to be a black hole of nothingness because the players are out in LA. The players are out having a nice dinner. They're enjoying the nightlife in L.A. When they go out there and they get distracted. Sort of like Miami. What do they call it? The Miami flu?
Yeah.
Like the Miami flu. The Sixers are a focus group. And right now, by the way, they are sitting there in the Eastern Conference right there towards the top. Now, they're behind Boston. You got some ground to make up on Boston. But the Sixers have all the way climbed themselves up tied. They're a half game back, I should say, of the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference. That is incredible to me. Tied in the loss column, half game back of the Bucks.
Yeah, and it's funny. We look at the Sixers probably, the people that we talk to and all. I would say the overriding thought is, yeah, but let's wait till the playoffs.
Yes.
And understandably so. I'm not denying anybody that. But what I'll point to is to maybe give you a little more hope on this team is talk to people that have to face the 76ers or talk to people that aren't fans of the Sixers and are fans of somebody else, and they see what they're doing, and now we're talking about winning 16 of their last 20 games, and people are like, oh, man, that Harden thing is really working for them, isn't it? And it is. Joel Embiid, Harden didn't have a great game last night, but again, and John, you watched a lot of it, I watched till 3/4 of it, Harden makes Embiid's life so much easier.
The one thing, and maybe it's too simplistic, that I keep pointing at is they're getting a lot of easy baskets.
It's unbelievable. Wide open
and I don't
shots.
remember, in the Doc Rivers era, I never remember easy baskets.
Yeah, and to me, it just all comes back to James Harden.
But even last year, I don't remember them getting the now it's a little different. It's a different crew this year. There is a different roster, but I don't even remember after Harden got here, except if that first 2 or 3 games when they were off to the races and Harden was bombing away and everything. I don't remember this many open looks.
I think
it's amazing.
I think the rest of the team has bought into it. So last year it was, and I did it also. I'm looking for Harden to make that great pass that leads to a basket. We're seeing that a lot this year, but we're also seeing Harden making a pass that leads to another pass that leads to another pass for a wide open shot. Like, John, you're a hockey guy. If there was hockey assists, I bet you the Sixers would lead the league because that's how good their ball movement is right now.
Now, after the game, Joel Embiid was talking with George Sedano on the court and from ESPN, and I thought he had some really, really interesting comments. Listen to this about playing with James Harden.
Now, I want to get too much credit. All goes to him. He's been amazing since he's been in Philly, just making everybody better, including myself included. So when you got two guys that have a high basketball IQ, I think anything can work. And, he's made my life easier. I'm sure I've made his easier too. So, but like I said, we got a long way to go. We know how much we can get better, and we're going to get better.
They're going to get better. That's even more dangerous for the rest of the NBA.
Yeah, long way to go. I love that. It's not about MVP talk, or it's not about Coach of the Year talk, or, this, that, and the other. It's about getting better. They've won 16 of 20. That's not easy to do in the NBA, and he's talking about getting better. And I love it.
And right now, 12 games over 500 as they roll along. You've got 2 games left on the road trip. So already a winning West Coast trip, which I realize you're going to tell me, a listener may say, it's not like they're playing the top competition. Going west is not easy, and it never has been in the NBA.
I don't care records of teams on the West Coast. Utah is one of the.
It's a hard
Besides
place.
Oklahoma City and Boston, maybe, it might be the toughest place to play. I don't care about their record. I've been out there. Yeah, I've been out there when they're not very good. It's still a hard place to play. And just being on the West Coast, it's not easy. You're away from your home for 10 to 12 days. It sucks.
I told you that I saw a game in Utah once out in the business world, traveling out there, and saw a game back when Jerry Sloan was coaching the Jazz.
They played tough basketball.
It reminded me of the game I saw at watching it at Duke.
Yeah.
Watching a game at Duke, it seemed as if the crowd was more into it than any place I'd ever been.
Well, think about it.
I think those Duke people are awful. I've seen despicable crowds. The way that they harass opposing teams, everything. I never saw an NBA crowd so into it as I saw in Utah.
Yeah, and I could say the same thing about Oklahoma City, John.
Same thing.
It's kind of like, what else do you have to do there?
They don't have anything else.
And I love Salt Lake City. I think it's a great town. It's beautiful. But what else do they have to do? And it's just like Oklahoma City. What else is there in the middle of the winter?
Right?
I mean, it is above a college atmosphere in Oklahoma City. So the two places that I mentioned are kind of like college towns because it's nothing else. There's nothing else to do.
Coach, I didn't mean to take a shot at your Dukies.
Yeah,
but
that was kind of a.
But it's the most vicious play. It is the most vicious crowd I've ever experienced.
One of the best home court advantages in college and pro, would you say?
No questions asked. There's no questions asked. But behavior that if it happened in Philly or happened somewhere else, people would be going, those people are despicable.
Yeah, there's a few times that Coach K had to stop the game and reprimand the kids.
They had the sheets that they would hand out in the student section, and we grabbed one of them and just said they had something to harass every member of the opposing team, and including dead grandmother's name. One of the kids' grandmas just died, and they had her name. And it was a weird name. It's like you could chant her name. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's a little much.
You little bastards. I mean, seriously, that's terrible. That is terrible. If that happened in Philly, people would be going nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely would be going nuts.
You know what happened?
Portland and Sacramento, by the way, later this week.
Yeah, and I'm glad you stuck to the Sixers, John, because something happened last night that we talked about yesterday.
What's that?
Tyrese Maxey came off the bench once again, a plus 23.
What was it, 28 minutes?
Yeah,
Something
28
like that?
minutes
28
off the
minutes?
bench, 22 points. He was a plus 23. The people that we talked about coming off the bench yesterday, John, George Niang, a plus 18. Montrezl Harrell, plus 10. Told you about Maxey. And then Shake Milton, a plus 12. That second unit did a really good job last night with Tyrese Maxey keying it.
George Niang did nothing for me last year. Like he did nothing for me.
He's a specialist.
And now how they're using him, it's perfect. It's perfect the way he's being used now.
Yeah, and the ball movement really treats him well. You know, he's finding a lot of wide open shots.
Coach, you have another question, you said?
Doesn't it concern you guys, that the Sixers are doing great? They're winning a lot of games.
Right.
They're not making up a whole lot of ground in not only their division. I understand they're in second place in their division, and in the playoff race, they're
a half game out of the 2 seed.
They're 4.5 out.
No, they're 4.5 out of the conference lead. I'm not worried about that right now. And I'm gonna have something later on in the show that's gonna put your mind at ease about that. Okay, I promise you. Just put it in the back of your head and I'll make you feel better about it later in the show.
At some point, the Celtics have to cool off, right?
They will. They're a half game out of the 2 seed right now, the Sixers. That's fantastic. And by the way, that's Doc Rivers, too.
Yeah.
When they're crappy, Doc Rivers takes heat and shrapnel. It's the way it goes. I mean, it just is. He's got to get credit for it, too. Ivan Provorov had an interesting night at the barn, and the Flyers won again. And the Flyers, I know, Pat, you don't want to hear it. They're 5 games out of the wild card point. 5 points out of the wild card.
Yeah, I mean, beating the Ducks is tough. Not everyone can do it.
No, it's not.
They did. Look, they're beating a lot of bad teams.
They are.
Cool.
They were supposed to be one of those bad teams.
Yeah.
And they aren't.
They were supposed to be, and they would have had they not hired John Tortorella. He's a really good coach. He's getting a lot out of these guys. Good for them. If you bring up wild card again, I will come in there and physically assault you. Because you sound like Chuck Fletcher.
Hey, well,
nice guy, Chuck.
Yeah, it's
no, but you're right though.
It's a little different. They're one of the. How about this? They're one of the hottest teams in the NHL, if not the hottest.
They're one of them.
Yeah, they are.
But we also saw what happened when they played.
Okay, I got you. Well, no, playing Boston, everybody's played that way.
Yeah.
Boston's off for one of the best starts we've had.
Not everyone's lost 6-0 like that. No,
I got you. But still, Boston's
very good.
Whooping ass.
And the Ducks are very bad.
I got you. Hey, get a special winterization package, just $64.99 at AAA Car Care Centers now through January the 31st. See the store for details or visit AAA.com/mycar. We'll talk about Provorov's controversial night. Plus, a Sixers owner wants to own something else. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Look, it's home show season. And a lot of you are going to wander into the home show and you're going to try to figure out ways that you can make your home better. What if I told you, go take a picture of your house right now from the curb? Take that picture and then upload it to windownation.com/home show. And you can see your own house, and then you can use their virtual visualizer. It's free. And you can try out every style, every size, every color of windows right there on your home. You can save up to 30% on your heating bills, and it's going to increase the value of your home while you're doing it. But they want to even sweeten the deal for you better. How about buying 2 windows and getting 2 free, and then getting 0% financing for 60 months? That's full 5 years. Buy 2, get 2 free, no interest, 5 years. Use the virtual visualizer, and you can see it all coming to fruition. windownation.com/home show. But call today. Get your deal at 866-90Nation and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details. All offers on approved credit. Plus tax items $452.
New year, new car.
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess.
Easy, boy. Here we go.
New year, new car.
And they're off. World-famous Gary Barberas is storming out of the gate, and you can too in America's favorite from $12,990. Yes, from $12,990.
It's our first sale of the year with
Jeep's cheap.
And that's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess.
Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap.
Oh yeah, DallasStillSucks.com.
New year, new car.
It's our first sale of the year. Going Cherokee.
Crazy? Drop rows and rows of Borbeck in the Boulevard. Jeeps cheap. Just $199 down for only $199 a month.
Right, Birds coach Nick?
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess. Go Birds.
DallasStillSucks.com.
The Fanatic's Business of Sports is powered by Pico for Business.
Home games are great to have in the playoffs, but the NFL makes it really special because unlike the other pro sports, NFL teams keep all gate receipts from home games in the playoffs. So, that's what you want. Cash in big, collect all that revenue, pay a few bills. It averages around $2 million profit per game. Businesses of all types and sizes are saving money with Pico because Pico's got the financial incentives and technical expertise to help you reduce your energy use and to save cash. See how Pico's helping businesses like yours take greater control of their energy costs to improve their bottom line. Simply complete a customer survey on Pico's digital portal and an energy profile. The report will be generated for you, and this profile is going to provide specific recommendation based on your facilities, equipment, and energy use.
with great ways to save while either maintaining or increasing productivity.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOT.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code IMPACT at checkout. That's harrys.com, code IMPACT. Enjoy.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge.
But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99.
You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Stop into your neighborhood AAA Car Care Center for a winterization package and get a tire rotation, standard oil change, new windshield wipers, and a fluid check. All for just $64.99. Only at AAA Car Care Centers. See store for details.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Hey, at FanDuel Casino, we know the only thing better than a win is a free win. That's why they made Reward Machine, the daily free-to-play game that gives you a chance to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus. They've given away over $10 million in free bonuses, and they're just getting started. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels, and there are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or 3, win up to $2,000 if you collect 3 trophies. So what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Casino app by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start playing Reward Machine today. That's FanDuel.com/Bob. No purchase necessary, 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic, and we appreciate you being a part of things that we've got rolling here. It's going to be a busy week leading you up to Saturday night. I'm glad we don't have to wait till Sunday afternoon. The Sunday afternoon late game would have killed me.
I hate the Sunday afternoon late game.
That would have sucked. Hey, head to your local PJs this weekend. If you're not going to be at the game, you can catch any of the playoff games there. It's a guaranteed great food, great beer, awesome atmosphere. You can get great takeout, too. If you want them to sort of cater your home party, you can do that. Check out your local PJs. We love PJ Wellahans.
I went there the other day.
Did you go to yours in Oaks?
No, I went to Willow Grove.
Okay, which one's the Willow Grove? I always get confused with the names.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in Willow Grove. The one.
That's very good. Is that it? That's it?
It's located in Willow Grove.
That narrows it down.
Right off the corner there.
Okay.
And I Venmo'd the waitress.
You did.
She allowed it.
Like not even a hesitation.
Wow.
So do you have Venmo? Yeah.
Congratulations on your success.
No, it's routine success. The failure is about 2%.
You Venmo'd her. Why didn't you just?
Because I paid with a gift card. I was lucky enough to have Santa brought me a gift card.
Right,
John.
Santa gave you a gift card.
Santa brought me a little PJ's gift card.
Okay.
So when I paid with the gift card, I didn't want to put the tip on the gift card.
No, you can't put the gift.
Exactly.
Right. So you got to. That means you just got to have a little cash.
I stiff the person on the bill and just go, okay, well my presence is tip enough. That's not accurate, John. So what did I do? I said, hey, I need to tip you. I don't have cash. Do you have Venmo? She said, yep.
Okay, show me your wallet right now. Can you, please? Show me how much cash do you have in your wallet?
It's a forklift.
I have more cash than I ever have in my wallet right now.
Right now, I
don't carry much cash.
I don't either.
I have $3.
I usually carry under 40 in cash.
Yeah.
Like around $35. I would say my average is usually around $30, $35.
I give myself like a $60 allowance each week.
And you've got cash if you need it.
And inevitably, most of it goes to the kids. See, you're so lucky you don't have any kids living at home, John.
Exactly.
You are so lucky.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Why, it's an open wallet thing?
It's a $10. No, they have to come and ask. No, I never carry money. I don't carry a wallet. And I've never carried money in a wallet. I always carry my money separately in my pants.
But they have to come and ask.
Yeah.
So they got to go, Dad, can I have 20?
Or you know what else is killing me lately? The lottery.
Why is that killing you?
Because it's been so high that I get the text, whenever they're drawn. Hey, stop and get $20 worth of lottery tickets. Yeah. I've probably thrown away a couple $100 over the last few weeks.
We do 6. We do 3 tickets. We do 3 tickets. When it gets high, we will get 3 tickets, one for each of us. And just say that it's in one of each of our names, but we're all sharing. If it comes to that, you got a bigger household. You got more. You got more mouths to feed. Yeah. You got to do that. Hey, okay. So Ivan Provorov last night. The Flyers were having their Pride Night, and this is blown up. It's all over SportsCenter. It's all over national news, even news websites. That Ivan Provorov did not come out for warm-ups. It's a very controversial topic on both sides, and people get very heated about it. I admire people with a backbone. So I admire people who stand up for what they believe in. The only question I would have for Ivan is that, yes, your church cannot and his church, by the way, in Russia, the Orthodox Church is very, very rigid on gay issues. They do not like it, tolerate it, or otherwise. It's very, very rigid. It is not like other religions and a lot of them in the United States. But I would say is that his religion also, and going and reading while we were preparing for the show today, his religion doesn't tell you to shun or to not accept other people. You don't have to accept how they choose to live their life, but you don't have to shun them either. I don't know if if it's taken as a shun, which some do take it as a shun or take it as a rejection, that's there. I don't have to support someone's lifestyle to love the person and accept the person. And that's just how, and my religion is absolutely in that realm. I don't have to, and I've never been taught to reject someone because of how they live their lives. Whether I don't have to believe in everything they believe in. I don't believe in many of the things my own blood relatives believe in. I don't believe in, after being home with my daughter after college for half a semester, I don't believe in many things she believes in. But I can still love her, and I can still treat her with respect. Now, I also wonder, too, is this an invasion of an employer to put this on all their employees and say, we're doing this, and you're going to participate. I admire the fact that he stood up for what he believes in. I don't agree with him, but I absolutely understand that it took some courage. And I do think it took him some courage.
See, I think the way you just labeled it is absolutely perfect. I really do. And you and I had a discussion before the show, and we got, a little heated about religion or whatever. And look, I can be wrong in my beliefs. I've had circumstances happen to me that have jaded me to certain things. Correct. And look, I'm not fair the way I put it on you, and I know that, and you're not. We just go back and forth. I think you put it perfectly fair. We would all love to be good people, and we would all love for other people to be good people. What he did last night, some people don't agree with. Okay, but understand just the way you stated, John, exactly the way you stated. He has a belief in something. We don't agree with it.
No.
You and I are both accepting of all people. We are.
Right. And, well, the one thing is, too, is maybe Ivan, in his upbringing or in his family, I have gay members of my family. I have gay members in my gay people in my close friend group, immediate family. I have gay members. I have gay relatives, cousins, everything. And so to me, I can't imagine looking at them differently just because I potentially don't share in their lifestyle.
Right.
I can't imagine it.
I've said often that I can't wait till the day when there's not a headline that says Massachusetts elected their first gay governor.
Right.
I don't. Who cares? Like, you're a person first and foremost. Like, here's the problem, and I state things so poorly with you sometimes, and I apologize for that. What I have problems with is people that say they're churchgoers or believers or this and that, but then are outwardly prejudiced, racist.
No question.
My only thing in life, and you are at this, just be a good person. Just try to be a good person and understand everybody and believe in everybody. Sure, are you going to be jaded in some way or another? Yes, and that's your upbringing or something that happened to you. Totally understandable. But to be solidly one way and one way only, that's just not the way this world is.
I do understand, though, in a way, if Ivan Provorov feels, I got to tell you this, and I'm being very honest with you. We did, I've done... the idea of, like, what if 97.5 The Fanatic came in and said, we're having a pride show, and everybody is to wear rainbow colored shirts, and we're going to do LGBTQ inclusive topics all day long involved in the show. I honestly would not think that belongs as far as for Joe Bell or whoever to come in and say, that's what you're doing next Tuesday. You're doing that. I would say, are there better things we could do to show we're in support than wear a rainbow shirt? No, I wouldn't support that. And it wouldn't be me rejecting it. It would be, isn't there something maybe we could do? Maybe we could do some sort of, as a station, some sort of community outreach. Maybe we could do a show from a sports bar in the gay community. Maybe we could do it, like, whatever it is. And by the way, I've suggested that to the station management. I think that's cool. But I don't know that I'd be thrilled being forced to do something because it is polarizing. We don't talk politics on this show. And it's one of the reasons why we don't. Why would I, and I've said to many times to people in our business that are so deeply ingrained in whatever their political belief is, when we literally have half this country feels one way and half the country feels the other. Why do I want to alienate someone, making them think, and more importantly, when I tend to be a fence straddler that jumps back and forth on issues, then I'm going to piss everybody off, depending on what the issue is.
Yeah.
So I honestly, in one way, I don't agree with Ivan Provorov, but I respect the hell out of him for having the backbone to say what he believes. And he's going to get rocks thrown at him all day long.
Yeah, and what good can come of it? It's this. Somebody asks Provorov a thoughtful question, like, why? Do you know why you don't believe in it? And then if he says it and there's a conversation had and he learns something or we learn something as to why, that's what life should be about. Just keep learning about things. I don't agree that he didn't support. I would love. I don't want to bash him because I don't know exactly why he did this. But yeah, I think we can feel free in saying we don't agree.
And I think that the at least the church that I believe in and the Savior that I believe in would tell me to embrace everybody. Would tell me to embrace everyone. That doesn't mean agree with everything that they believe in. That doesn't mean agree with everything that they want the world to be. That just means when you have a chance to interact with them, show them love, show them respect.
Sure.
And I think that's where it could have lied last night. Hey, NJ Diet tells you it's a new year and it's new you. Lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds in as little as 40 days. Start by calling 855-5NJ-DIET or visit njdiet.com. So Josh Harris is contemplating purchasing the Washington Commanders. He would then own two rival organizations in other sports, too. So he'd have an NHL team, he'd have an NBA team, and he'd have an NFL team in three different markets.
Hello?
I would say, Josh, if you buy the Commanders, move on from Philadelphia. Move on from the Sixers. And that's my own just personal belief. Move on from the Sixers then. Because one of the things I would prefer is that the owner of my team is looking out for Philly first. They're setting up and they're doing. If I have a community restaurant, we have great. I've moved to an area where we have a great restaurant and bar district, and we support the local restaurants and bars, and we go in there and we love them, and it's great. And every one of them is rooted in our community. And I notice when I walk indoors, that here's their little league team that they support. Here's their community football team that they support.
Right.
Here's the thing. They buy into their community. To me, Josh Harris would be, if he buys the Commanders, then he's just it's just as bad as a corporation like with the Flyers. And Pat, I always say it all the time. Give me a corporation owner, I think they suck. I don't think they ever connect with a fan base.
So what do we need from an owner? Do we need that, though?
I do.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Like to me, I know that Jeffrey Lurie is entrenched in this community through and through.
Yeah.
Through and through. I haven't seen that from Josh Harris.
No, and I covered Josh Harris for many years, and the distance I felt was just that. But I will say this. There has never been a want from the Philadelphia 76ers since he's been here. He's given them everything. They needed a new practice facility. Boom, they got it. You know what I mean? They'll overspend money to bring players in here to try to win a championship. There has never been anything, I don't think, except for what was it? The pandemic, right? When that started and he started to cut some, that was a bad decision. But as far as the product on the floor, having your owner give that team everything they need in order to try to win championships, I think he's done it.
So is that enough for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it is. Owners to me can be seen, can be heard, not seen.
The only thing is, though, is that I don't have to seen and not heard, right?
Well, I don't need to see them, hear them, anything. As long as the team is able to do whatever they need to do to win, then I'm okay.
I just look at it as I don't like corporate ownership, and it is one thing that it's always bothered me is that a corporate owner is faceless. And I experienced it earlier on in my career where a guy like Arthur Blank owned the Falcons, and he was completely entrenched and completely bought into his community. And then Liberty Media owned the Braves, and they were literally a part of their stock portfolio, including Skinamax and everything else that they ran, and they didn't care. They don't care the same way. They don't look at it the same way. I believe that John Middleton is completely entrenched into when John Middleton stands, and people talk about it as pandering. When John Middleton goes numerous games and walks the concourse, goes up to the 400 level, goes and talks to fans, stands there, has a beer with them, talks with them. To me, that is incredibly powerful to me.
That's cool. That's a nice sidebar. I agree with you on that. All I care is that he's getting Bryce Harper to come in here. All I care is that Trey Turner's here. You know, I'm not that I'm putting these guys down or saying I don't care at all. Josh Harris might be the most socially awkward person I've ever met. Yet, he knows how to run it. The guy's worth $3 billion. He knows how to run businesses. If that means owning multiple teams and the one team that I really care about, the 76ers, are being run well, I really don't mind. I really don't care. I don't.
Yeah, Pat, does it bother you?
Doesn't bother me at all. No,
You'd like the Sixers owner to be the Washington Commanders
owner? Would I
owner?
like it? I mean, it's not.
No, but it
not
could
ideal.
happen.
But I know it can be worse than Josh Harris. I agree with Bob. He's been a pretty good owner, and I think because of the fact that he was an outsider, kind of. I mean, he went to the University of Pennsylvania, but I think because of his business model, we've all just waited for him to sell the team because that is Apollo Global Management's business model is buy a low asset and prop them up and then sell. And I think that's part of the reason why he hasn't been accepted in this town. Then again, most owners aren't. You know, Jeffrey Lurie wasn't all that accepted until he won a Super Bowl. So it doesn't bother me because I know it can be an actual media conglomerate like, let's say, Bombast. I'm using a hypothetical. And they could own your team, right? And they could have no idea how to own a team. So it could always be worse. I think Josh Harris has been a pretty good owner.
I think he's been a pretty good owner.
He sees a valuable asset in
I look
the Commanders. I don't blame him for that because look, NFL teams do not go on the market often.
No.
So when one does, if you want to get into that, you got to take what you can get. You can't just wait for Jeffrey Lurie to say, "I'm going to sell the Eagles." That's not happening. So he just has to take what he can get. He got the Devils. You want to get in the NHL? He'll probably get in the Major League Baseball at some point too.
So would you want? I mean, it's never bothered you that he owns the Devils and he owns the Sixers.
Bothered me? Like no.
Because Commanders is different.
I'll tell you what bothers me. It bothers me that
he can do it.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, I applaud him that he can do it. That's awesome.
It's frustrating that he can just buy the Devils. It seems like they don't. Down at the facility, they don't realize that Sixers fans aren't Devils fans, and Devils fans aren't Sixers fans. There is a disconnect there. Yeah,
and to me, that's part of not being a part of this community.
But I
don't understand.
But I think he has tried to be a part of this community. Like him and his wife have done a lot of charity work for this community. They've done a lot of really good charity work. So while they're not John Middleton, I love the fact that John Middleton will walk the concourse, as you said. I mean, he really, like during the pandemic, when JT Realmuto has a contract dispute, he's still going out there talking to the Fandemic crew. He could have hid. He didn't. I think that's really impressive. But he's the minority in that. Most owners, I feel like,
I think Laurie's very good of getting out and doing it. Laurie's twice this year been out in the parking lots.
You're right, and I totally
Laurie
forgot about
goes
that.
to his bike. You know, the Autism Foundation is
phenomenal.
spectacular, and he's there for that. Him and his wife are working the entry line. And
it's a really good point, and it's a lot easier to do after you finally won a Super Bowl.
I got you.
And I think Jeffrey Lurie's a great owner too. But I think Josh Harris has tried to get a part of the community. But if he wants to buy the Commanders, as I said,
I'd hate it.
Look, I wouldn't like it.
I'm petty, so I guess I'd hate it.
I would not like it, but I'm also not sitting there mad about his business decision.
I wouldn't like him trying to beat the Eagles.
I honestly, all I want from an owner is that money isn't an issue. I swear to God, that's all I've ever thought my whole life. I don't need to know who the owner is. As long as it's not an issue in spending money and trying to build a championship and having the best facilities out there. Now, he's done a lot of that. He gave a lot back to Camden, New Jersey, which was and still is a struggling city. And he did a lot to do things there. As far as building the Sixers practice facility also, which is something they were practicing at PCOM. I mean, I've been to almost every practice facility in the NBA. PCOM was like practicing in your backyard compared to everybody else's.
Didn't Pat Croce complain about that?
It's been complained about forever. I mean, who was it? I think it was when what's-his-face came in, Sam Hinkie. When the ownership group brought him in here, they wouldn't take him to the practice facility. They didn't want him to sign a contract because they were afraid if he saw the practice facility, he'd say, "No, I'm good."
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how bad it was before.
I got to tell you this, though, is if one of my owners of my teams is supporting the team that wants to beat the Eagles, that wants to sidetrack the Eagles, I'm saying they don't understand their fan base.
I understand what you're saying, John.
I don't like it.
And I completely get you on that. But I also want to point out, it's not like at Sixers games you're going to be seeing during a TV timeout an advertisement for cheap Washington Commanders tickets.
No, I got you. I'm just saying is that I know every time I see that guy, he doesn't care about being a Philadelphian. He cares about making money in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's
and
a
that's fine.
businessman.
He's a businessman. I want a guy who cares about being in Philadelphia. I want John Middleton. I want Jeffrey Lurie. I don't want a guy who is just there to just, hey, I'll take your money, but I'm not one of you.
No, and that's where I don't agree with you. I think you can be a part of the multiple communities, and I think he is a part of the Philadelphia community. I think he's tried to be a part of the Newark community with the Devils, and I think he'll try to be a part of wherever the hell they play. Where do they play in for the Commanders now?
Landover, Maryland.
Landover.
Yeah.
So I think you can be a member of multiple ones.
You know what? Real quick, John. You know what I find fascinating? We're talking about obviously Josh Harris. We've said how good Laurie is. We've said how good Middleton is. What's the one ownership group we don't
Flyers.
talk about?
And I hate
because they're irrelevant.
It's a faceless corporate.
Absolutely. I would love to get an owner. The team that needs an owner that we can put our hands around and love is the Flyers.
Hey, Gary Barbera is still having his DallasStillSucks.com event. It allows you to drive cars like the Birds staff does. Drive like Birds coach Nick Sirianni does. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess. And DallasStillSucks.com. You can still check that out. All right, if you want to get in on this, you can at 610-632-0975. We got stuff we didn't get into, including stuff on the Sixers' new facility that they're trying to build downtown. And Bob says he wants us all to be honest with ourselves. We'll get to that next. It's the John Kincade Show. First hour's in the books on this Wednesday morning here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's playoff time. It's the best time of the year. And I always tell you, if you like a game, make your wager by Wednesday morning because the lines are going to shift and then we're going to find out about injuries and stuff like that. That's why I love the BetParx app. I've already placed some wagers for the 4 games this weekend. And I am laying the points with the Chiefs, laying the points with the Eagles, and I'm taking the points on Sunday. I'll take the points with the Bengals, and I'll take the points with the Cowboys. Live in-game wagering, well, it's the new big thing. And you can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet isn't a winner. It's easy to use, and it's easier to get your winnings. That's the best part. Download the app and start playing today. BetParx, sportsbook and casino app. You got to be 21, and you need to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. See BetParx.com for full terms and conditions. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Brisket is back at Wawa, which means you could get a savory barbecue brisket sandwich or a creamy barbecue brisket mac and cheese bowl. Or you could get both on Wawa's new barbecue brisket mac and cheese panini. Your 2 favorites melted between perfectly toasty bread. It's the best of both worlds. A double whammy. A toast of 2 favorites. Brisket is back and better than ever at Wawa. Try it in a sandwich, bowl, or a panini. Gotta have a Wawa. Can you hear it? Wawa has officially perfected the harmony of salty and sweet in our salted white mocha handcrafted beverages, and it's music to our taste buds. Enjoy the sweet symphony of rich white mocha and salted caramel, topped with a decadent white chocolate drizzle. The flavors are perfectly orchestrated to add a tiny taste of bliss to your day. Get a salted white mocha latte, frozen cappuccino, or iced coffee today. Just around the corner at Wawa.
I hate Steven Singer. I get that a lot. You know why? Why? Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied. So, how can I help you? Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week? They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever. Sounds expensive. They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you. Do I have to water it? Nope. It's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold. All right. How do I get one? Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Shipping. It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life. What if she hates my personal love message? Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me? Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code IMPACT at checkout. That's harrys.com, code IMPACT. Enjoy.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOT.
Eagles fans, as the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles, First Trust Bank is offering a special CD for the playoffs, the Philadelphia Eagles Touchdown CD, the only CD that earns more with every Eagles score. Ready to play? Start by opening a 7-month CD before an Eagles game at our base rate of 4% annual percentage yield and a minimum of $2,500. Then cheer for the Eagles. After the game, we add their points to your CD rate. The more points they score, the better your rate gets. Visit firsttrust.com or your local First Trust Bank branch to learn more and open today. Go Birds! Member FDIC.
Why have over 2 million people trusted their bath remodels to Bathfitter? When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in just a day with no demolition. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards. We've been remodeling baths for over 35 years, and every bath we install comes with a lifetime warranty. Get the bath you want in a day with quality that lasts a lifetime. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Join Andrew Salchunas and Tyrone Johnson for 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party at Wicked Wolf in Philadelphia. Watch the Birds take flight with the best fans in the country. Corona and Corona Light buckets on special and tons of great prizes. First 100 people get a custom Fanatic football shirt and chance to win a 65-inch TV courtesy of Gerhard's Appliances. 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party presented by Corona.
Live La Vida Más Fina.
For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com.
Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Must be 21.
Let's say you have a beautiful house, absolutely gorgeous. And that garage, well, it looks like something Hannibal Lecter wouldn't want to walk into, Joe. Well, if that sounds like you, got the perfect cleanup solution for you. Get the Bagster. The Bagster is by far the most convenient and affordable way to help with your cleanup. It's a great product. And if I can do it, you can do it. A 3-cubic-yard dumpster in a bag. You literally put this thing under one arm. You bring it home. It's sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, and local home improvement stores. It's just $29.99. If I can set it up, you can set it up. And what's your plan? Clean out that garage, that attic, doing a remodeling project? I'm telling you, the Bagster can take it on. You buy it, you fill it, you schedule your collection, and it'll be gone. No time limits, completely on demand. All you have to do is go to thebagster.com to find the store nearest you and to get more details. I'm telling you, you want to clean it up with the Bagster. Do it today. It's a dumpster in a bag.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new Bet Parks app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Dylan is calling me out on my DM saying that I am a hypocrite. And I'm going to say, what, why? And he goes,
Dylan?
No, they're not Dylan McKinnon.
Oh, okay. Sure.
He says, you're picking the Cowboys to win this weekend? Because I thought you were a big Eagles fan. I said, I put on the thing that I've already placed my Wednesday bets. I laid the points with the Chiefs, laid the points with the Eagles, and then on Sunday I took the points in both games. Took 4.5 with the Bengals, and I took 3.5 with the Cowboys. Because I think closer to game time, I was wondering if the Cowboys game might go to 3. I'll take the Cowboys with the 3 and a hook. If it drops to 3, I wouldn't feel as good about it. I think that's going to be a nail-biting game to the very end.
Yeah, it's you have to. The only thing that's up in the air is what Dak Prescott shows up. Is it the one that we saw the other night where he looked really, really good? Is it the one that showed up against Washington at the end of the season that was horrible? That's been his season, right? Up and down, up and down. I think he's due for a bad game.
Well, that's the way it's been.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people want to check in, though, on the conversation we had earlier about Josh Harris wanting to buy the Commanders. And get your thought on that. Sonny in Norristown joins us. Sonny, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Listen, I don't normally agree with you, John.
Okay.
I agree with Bob a lot more than I agree with you. In fact, I listened to the show because of Bob. But anyway.
I try to listen to Bob sometimes.
Well, okay. So, but I think Bob is misdirected on this one. I think that I don't particularly care for Josh Harris as an owner. You know, to say that like he did a lot for, the city of Camden. I mean, like, he went to Camden because, he's going to get cheap real estate over there.
Right, exactly.
The guy's a capital investor. That's what this is all about. He wants to destroy Chinatown. I mean,
what?
To say that this guy's a part of, the community. I mean,
he wants to destroy Chinatown.
Yeah, I believe he does.
No, Sonny, listen to your words. You're saying he's sitting in a boardroom going, let's destroy Chinatown.
No.
That's so dumb. That's dumb, Tony.
No, hold on a second, John. What I'm saying is this.
You said that.
Listen to what I'm saying, John.
I did.
I'm not saying his intent is to destroy Chinatown. What I'm saying is that he doesn't really care about Chinatown. And that's part of the culture of our community. That's part of the culture of Philadelphia. I remember when Chinatown was a block. Now Chinatown's big.
You do realize the Sixers are not in any way expelling people out of Chinatown.
They will. They absolutely will.
So how can you tell me that with confidence?
I can say that, John, because he's going to. There's people down there that are. It's going to be a nightmare in terms of parking.
Oh, Sonny, you and I can agree on that.
Okay, well,
but as far as a nightmare on parking, but your point on Chinatown, the stadium's not even in Chinatown.
It's at the gallery.
It is. It's not Chinatown.
It's a block over from Chinatown, John.
It's
John,
not, Sonny. It's not China.
Hold on, John. Let me just say this to you. I've lived here all my life.
Okay, have you? Then you don't. But you don't obviously know the boundaries of Chinatown.
I am a Delco guy. I'm a Havertown guy.
Okay.
And for somebody who lived up the road, in Broomall, to not know that Manila Shopping Center had a parking lot.
I never knew it had a back parking lot.
Blows my mind. And to know that St. Dennis is in Havertown, not Ardmore. I mean, I listen to this show every day.
Well, I'm glad,
I listen to this show every day, and I listen to some of the misinformation that you, John, put out there. That's why I said...
Yeah, well, Sonny, you put down the misinformation about you. First of all, you said Josh Harris wants to destroy Chinatown. And then you backed off that when I called you on it. Second of all, you said the stadium's... You said the stadium's in Chinatown. It isn't. So your misinformation could go both ways.
It's the 10th and Market. It's a block away.
It is, but it's not Chinatown.
Oh, my God. But
Sonny, good job, buddy. I can't. Sonny, it's all right, guy. Thank you very much. By the way, my dad's buried over in St. Dennis. So, yes, on the Havertown Ardmore line or whatever that is. So, Sonny, yes, your Delco guidelines of community. Yes.
He got you, though, man.
Yeah,
I mean, on the I was blown away. Didn't know it had a parking lot in the back.
I didn't know it had the parking lot in the back.
He called you. He ripped your Delco card out of your hands.
I went right in because I would always come in right from the Manoa, right off of Westchester Pike.
Yeah, you don't know about that.
I never came in the back road, that back parking lot.
Sometimes it's fun to come in the back parking lot.
Well, you were hiding out there when you were supposed to be working.
All
right
I
when you
know
were
is
at the
he
shop.
said he liked listening to me. So
He does. He loves that.
I just smiled and stopped listening after that.
I love that. Scott in Maryland jumps in with us. Scott, good morning. You're on The Fanatic. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good morning, John. It's good to talk to you.
What's up, Scott?
I'm going to offer a different perspective. You know that I lived in Maryland for a long time.
Sure.
I was never a Redskins fan, but I watched and admired the organization for a long time before Dan Snyder bought it. And if the Sixers owner can go in and clean that up there, that whole mess that Snyder created, and actually create enthusiasm in the area again for the team, because it's really hard to get excited for NFC East games when you look at a game in Landover and half the stadium is green for the Eagles games and blue for the Cowboys games and the Giant games. And you hardly see any enthusiasm whatsoever when the Commanders go to Philly or whatever.
But, Scott, here's the thing is, that matters to people down there. It doesn't matter to me. No. I hope the Commanders continue to be a dumpster fire, and I don't want to see a guy who is supposedly entrenched in my community helping to bolster up another team against mine.
Okay, I'm with you. But think back to the days when Joe Gibbs and B. Mitch and all those guys were Redskins. The body bag game, how great was that? Because it was an organization that you could beat and respect.
Nah, I don't want to see. Scotty, I got to tell you, we got to run. I have no interest in seeing the Commanders rise from the ashes. None. Why do I care about that?
No, you don't want a rival to do that.
I hope they're a doormat forever.
I don't look at Josh Harris as an owner that's going to put an organization over the top, however.
Well, we're hoping he does here.
We're hoping he does here, yeah.
He's done, and by the way, to his credit, he has done every single thing, I believe, to try to make it a positive, try to raise the level of the Sixers. Spend money, do the right things. I do believe that.
Yeah, and honestly, that's all I care about. The Chinatown thing is interesting. We had a presentation by the Sixers, to Sonny's point, that threw out there about how much they're not looking to hurt Chinatown, but how they're looking to grow Chinatown. And it was interesting. I wish our listeners could have been in on that also to see the Sixers' perspective on it. It was a very personal perspective. It wasn't an organizational, no, we're moving here and we're going to make money. It wasn't that. It seemed to be that they're thinking of the people down there and trying to better things down there.
By the way, I was one of the most skeptical people in the room as they were speaking.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. And one thing I would say is this. I think traffic's going to be a disaster while they're building it and while they're trying to execute this plan when they open a stadium. But I also know this. I don't want to hear about that. I heard too much about, well, this is how we're investing in the community. This is how we're doing that. I didn't hear enough first of the real reason they're doing it. Because we want to build a stadium, we want to control the revenues, we want to have what a lot of other NBA teams have. I don't buy it when teams start talking about, well, we're doing this for the community. Bullcrap. You're doing it to line your pockets.
Well,
there's a side effect.
Yeah, and they also said that look, they're renters now. And
that is a problem.
Wanting to own their own arena, I don't have a problem with that at all. And we talked about the scheduling. Like, what kind of schedule is this where they're playing 5 games in 8 nights on the road or home at different times, whatever? I understand the business factor of wanting to have your own arena. They're in a fight right now with the people down there and whether the city's going to approve it or not. We'll see how it plays out. I would hate for people to be put out because of it. But ideally, no matter where they go, there's going to be some people that love it and hate it.
Right now, having a daughter in college in town, they tell the students, do not go to the gallery. They tell the students, if you're going to go to the gallery, go in groups and do not go there. So it's not that they say, hey, if you're going to be a city dweller, no. There are areas of the city that are not safe right now.
Yeah,
and that there are big problems. And I do believe it would help change that area.
Exactly.
I absolutely do believe a stadium in that area. I don't believe that the students at Temple or the students at Penn or Drexel would be told, hey, be careful in that area when you travel. And they try to educate the kids on where to travel in the city when you want to get out and you want to do things. I don't think if there was a stadium there, I think it changes everything.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they have to tell them to be careful on their own campuses.
They do, absolutely.
It's such a shame.
Different day.
I think of you every day when something comes up about Temple, and my heart breaks for you as a parent about how hard it probably is to see something going on in that area. It's just so. There's not a place in the city you're going to find that everybody's going to agree. Oh yeah,
this is a good place to do it. Hey, this year, why don't you invest in yourself and your future at CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey? We got a lot of people in this building who have already shown you can make it happen, like Devon Givens, like Tom Albert, like our own Connor Thomas. Broadcast media training in months, not years. Schedule your tour today. Visit GoCSB.com. In Cooney's Corner, Bob wants us to be honest with ourselves, looking ahead to this weekend's game.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
All right, so you gave me homework yesterday.
Yeah,
you said, listen. You said, listen to people. Listen to how people are scared or whatever,
Yes.
and I did. I watched.
And did you hear it?
I watched a lot of, but with a little hook, should we say. People saying, no, I'm not scared at all. I looked at it the other way. I'm not scared at all of the Giants. They're going to kill the Giants. Oh, what about, Daniel Jones playing? Yeah, I know. They have to do this. They have to do that. So every time I heard somebody say they're not scared at all, they would come up with something that the Eagles have to do, though, in order for them not to be scared at all. So I'm not advocating people being scared. I think the Eagles are going to win this football game. But just realize to yourself, while you all say, oh, they're going to kill them, there's the caveat of, well, if they do this. You know what I mean? Like, I found it fascinating yesterday. I didn't come across a lot of scared yesterday, I don't think.
I actually heard, and I kept it 3 times, where listeners said, I'm more concerned about Jonathan Gannon than I am the Giants. And I just said, okay, I'm turning. I honestly, I'm like, okay, at this point, go to music. I hate to turn off our own station. And I'm like, the minute I hear that from a caller, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. What the most successful, the most impactful defense this franchise has ever had. And I got somebody telling me that a 1 win over 500 Giants team, they're more scared of the Eagles defensive coordinator than they are the Giants. That's just absurd. Like, I'm just like, okay, you're just talking to talk at that point.
Well, we're concerned about Nick Sirianni, right?
I have concerns about game plan issues, but one thing is, he's proven to me that he's taken a doubter and turned him into a believer.
Okay.
So I always have an issue about game plan.
Right.
And everything like that. I'm never going to doubt Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon more than I'm going to doubt that the Giants, a team that is 3-6-1 down the stretch, and somehow they're being talked about as this hot team coming in, that they're all of a sudden more scary than, like, I'm supposed to worry about my own coaching staff more than them? That's a bunch of crap. It is. It's crap.
Well, like I've said often, I think the only team that can beat the Eagles is the Eagles. So therefore, I worry about coaching staff. I worry about the players. I worry that Miles Sanders doesn't have a fumbling issue. I worry about the health, all of those things. I think this, if we're going to say scared, about Jonathan Gannon, is that you can't let the Giants offense control the pace of the game.
Yes.
And how do they do that? I don't think they're going to run on the Eagles like crazy with Saquon Barkley, but they could throw intermediate passes forever on the Eagles, maybe.
They could run clock on them.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen that.
Yeah, and that's just the scary part.
But as I would say is, if they give up 16 or 13 points, which they did in the 2 games everybody's been screaming and yelling about, if the Eagles give up 16 or 13 on Saturday night and they lose, blame the offense.
Yeah.
Blame the offense.
Yeah, I mean,
stop blaming the defense. It's stupid.
It's nitpicking when you say the defense is allowing them to hold the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you.
If they lose a playoff game because the opposing team scores 16 or 13, blame the offense. Seriously, stop it. If your defense gives up 16, you're the best defensive team in the NFL this year.
Yeah. I never understood the outcry against Gannon with that Saints game because they had one bad drive. Most defenses are going to have one bad drive.
I hated Pat. That was my least favorite drive of the year, though.
I agree with you.
Like, I mean, because of the 9 minutes of it.
It wasn't fun. There's no redeeming qualities about it. But every single team is going to have a sucky drive at one point or another in a game.
Everyone. And Jim Johnson's defenses, if you remember how it used to be the first one? Remember how his first drive, and they would always say that Jim Johnson was like laying the trap?
Yeah.
Wanting to see what you did, and then he'd put the clamps down on, and
then it's like, I got this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see what you're doing. You said it with Larry Brown.
Oh, yeah. They would tell me that Larry Brown would sit there for the first 2-3 minutes of the game And then the look on his face would change, and they say, "Oh, here comes the maestro."
And he'd go,
and he
"Okay,
would
I
say,
got it."
Okay, here's what
There
we
you go.
do. Yeah.
Hey, Pat, there is one more thing on this I wanted to get back to on this Sixers arena project, since there is pushback on the idea of it being down there on bordering Chinatown. That you had a question about it, that if this could fall through, I guess.
Yeah, there's a situation going on right now with the council people and the community in Chinatown. This happens with every single project that goes down with like arenas and whatnot. There's going to be community pushback. This is no different, especially where it's located. If the deal falls through, we were told basically that they're not going to be back in the Wells Fargo Center. They're going to be somewhere. So if this deal falls through and they have to pivot, please never. No, I hate that show. Yeah, it's brutal. But if they have to pivot, where would you want a stadium? Because I immediately had my
Navy
idea.
Yard.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
Navy Yard. If the Sixers had to have their own, stadium, I want it in the same relative stadium district. And I'm going to be a selfish bastard on that, Pat, because it is very easy to me, even though I live a distance. It's extremely easy for me. It's extremely easy for people from New Jersey. It's extremely easy for people with public transportation to be able to get down to that area. I would absolutely want it in that Navy Yard area.
One problem, though. It's one road in, one road out.
Well,
You're dealing with that kind of now?
I mean, sort of, but the thing is, though, it isn't.
Yeah, I guess.
Look,
yeah.
the arenas down at South Philly get ripped because the traffic is terrible. Myself included, I'll put my hand up. It's just poor design by the city on how traffic gets in and out. When you actually look at the roads that you can get to the stadium, there's so many roads. Navy Yard is literally one road in, one road out.
Well, the thing is, though, is if you have 8 years, right? Right now, what were they saying? 30, the fall of 31 or the fall of 30 for the new arena?
31, I thought.
Is what they want. First of all, I believe if they put it there, there's more than enough time to attack a roads issue.
Yeah, you could put another on-ramp or off-ramp on 95 right there to easily access it.
There is a lot of parking down there. There's a lot of parking area. And more importantly, too, there would be ways that you can do, like in Pittsburgh, you park and then you walk probably what would end up being a similar distance to go to Heinz Field or to go to PNC Park. A lot of people will walk across the bridges to go there. You could easily create pedestrian bridges where you walk across to go to the game. Now, that's not as desirable in the winter as it would be in, like, nice weather when you're going to a Sixers game, and I get it. But I that's where I would choose. Where would you?
I had the Penn's Landing.
That was my second thought in my head as John was just talking.
Penn's Landing's so big.
You have 95 right there.
Yeah, it's easy access to the bridge, public transportation, 2nd Street.
So are you putting the stadium on the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a stadium on the water.
That's more desirable to me if that was the case.
I think a stadium on the water, directly parallel to the practice facility would be
wild.
Awesome. I think the people that work for the Sixers would like it too because you're literally just a bridge away. But I think visually it would be incredible. There's so much empty space down there that you could have a bunch of parking lots available where you would walk. Public transportation would basically be the Market Frankfurt line.
Right.
Buses, I guess, but I think it would look really cool on Penn's Landing. I hadn't thought about the Navy Yard. That's a really good location too.
I know. I like your idea though, as far as because then you can also build up restaurants, bars, and everything right around the stadium. You could develop that. They got the money to do that.
Yeah, they closed Festival Pier there.
There's tons of stuff that you can do. I don't hate your idea at all. The only thing I do reject, and I might end up being wrong on this, and we'll find out down the line. I think any projections that I hear that 60 or 70% of people that go to a Sixers game downtown are going to take public transportation. BS. That's ridiculous. That is never going to happen.
Yeah,
going to happen. There won't be. They will never hit 50% of people. They'll never hit 40% of people.
Well,
going to a game that's going to take public transportation to get there.
Their research showed that a lot of people come from Center City to go to the game.
A lot of season ticket. I think they said season ticket holders, business and everything.
They have a whole lot of season ticket holders right now. So if you think about it that way, a lot of them probably would just hop on a train.
They'd have to learn how to do it because we're not that much. Not unlike New York, maybe Boston, whatever. We're not really a public transportation city as much as those cities are. But there are many, many arenas downtown in other cities where people have learned to do it, to come in from the suburbs to do it.
Here's the thing is with the season ticket holder basis, though, Chester County, Delaware County, Montgomery County, it ain't easy. It isn't an easy thing, and for many people, it's jumping on two different modes of public transportation to get there. I don't believe for a second. Yeah, and I don't believe for a second you're going to have people going, 10 o'clock after a Sixers game, I want to get on public transportation to go home. Well, I don't believe that's going to be the case. Now, could it change? Could our city's image change in the next 7-8 years? Absolutely, it could. Because I remember the Ed Rendell years. I remember the Michael Nutter years. I remember years where downtown thrived at night. And businesses thrived at night, and people wanted to come down. I remember Light Up the Night. Do you remember Light Up the Night?
Yeah.
Rendell. There's plenty of times. So I do believe it will come back. It will all come back, and they will find ways to fix this.
Yeah, I mean, if they can improve the public transportation, like I've been to San Fran and stayed in San Fran, and then trained over to Oakland. When the Warriors were playing there. Plenty
the Sharks too. They do that.
Yeah. So there's. It can be done, and people need to get used to it in order for it to happen. They need to make it easier also.
All right, we got a lot coming your way, including I have a little exercise I want you to do, and I think it'll make you feel better about the Eagles-Giants game if you had any doubts. We'll get to that next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Look, it's going to get cold outside again. It's pretty warm this morning. But when it is cold outside, have you noticed that it hasn't been warm inside your house? If you haven't checked your furnace yet, to make sure that it's ready to handle another long winter, consider this your official reminder. H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. My friends at DelcoHVAC.com want you to put a $59 gas furnace tune-up that includes a carbon monoxide safety check on your to-do list. You may find out that you need a new system. Well, H&H has got rebates of up to $1,500 or 0% financing for 18 months if you're a qualified buyer. And when you own a home, you need a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor. So even if it's just to do reliable, routine maintenance, we do it every year before the winter and every year before the summer. Visit DelcoHVAC.com. The Hoke brothers will take great care of you. Schedule your $59 tune-up or new system estimate today. You'll see they've got over 1,000 five-star reviews. And one big one from the Kincades.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details. All offers on approved credit. Plus tax tags $452.
It's New Year, new car.
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess.
Easy, boy. Here we go.
New year, new car.
And they're off.
World famous Gary Barberas is storming out of the gate, and you can too in America's favorite from $12,990. Yes, from $12,990.
It's our first sale of the year with
Jeep's cheap.
And that's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess.
Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap.
Oh yeah, DallasStillSucks.com.
New year, new car.
It's our first sale of the year. Going Cherokee.
Crazy? Shop rows and rows of Borbeck and the Boulevard. Jeeps cheap. Just $199 down for only $199 a month.
Right, Birds coach Nick?
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess.
Go Birds.
DallasStillSucks.com.
Hi guys, it's Mark. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Wednesday, January 18th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. You'll also get a gift that can produce rapid and powerful results in the bedroom in minutes. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is an unprecedented offer worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify totally free. Call 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today, Wednesday, 215-302-9999.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code IMPACT at checkout. That's harrys.com, code IMPACT. Enjoy.
So, the new year is here, and now is the time to take stock of your goals for 2023 and beyond. This time next year, you could be a graduate of CSB Media Arts Center and one step closer into your dream career in the broadcast media industry. Hi, I'm Jenna, a student at CSB. CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey is molding a new generation of professionals that are shaping the future of the broadcast media industry, and you could be next. CSB offers hands-on, learn-by-doing training in podcasting, audio and video production, radio, television, sports, and more in months, not years. CSB's training gives you the skills employers want, and it's designed to prepare you for life in the broadcast media industry. College isn't for everyone. Neither is student loan debt. There's no lecture halls here, just studios. This year, make the New Year's resolution to invest in yourself and your future. I did, and it was the best decision I ever made. CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey is approved for veterans training. Go CSB.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back via store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
It's time to roll out the red carpet for, well, new carpet. Right now at the Home Depot. Choose from hundreds of styles and colors from top brands. Plus, get free installation. So whether you want to brighten up your bedroom, add a little more cushion to your living room, or, yes, add some VIP flair to your hallway, you can get the perfect carpet to match your mood with free installation from the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Minimum purchase of $4.99. Exclusions apply. U.S. only. See store for details.
Imagine if your favorite casino came with an undo button. Well, you get that with FanDuel Casino's Play It Again. Get up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. Play your favorite table games and hundreds of slots for real cash. See why FanDuel Casino is the #1 rated online casino app. Take a look at the daily and weekly promotions they have. You can play with live dealers. And when you have questions, they have an in-class support team that's there 24/7. So sign up for FanDuel Casino with promo code Bob today and play it again with up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. That's promo code Bob. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania, must not have previously placed any wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel Casino, Betfair Casino, Mohegan Sun Casino, or Stardust Casino. Refund issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Our friends at Corona want you to know that the Birds' flight to the big game is here. Make your plan now to join the Fanatic at the official watch party at Wicked Wolf in Philadelphia. It's presented by Corona. And for details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com. It's interesting. Some of the conversation this morning has been very lively, very interesting. The gentleman saying here is, when do you think was the last time that caller had a meal in Chinatown? He said, I bet it's less recently than you have. My daughter loves Chinatown. She's obsessed. I have two in my house who are obsessed with Chinese food. They love Chinese food.
As do I.
You're the same way?
Oh, my
really?
God, yeah.
I never knew that about you. How do I not know that about you?
But we don't do it very often.
Well, that's what I'm listening. When I hear you, I don't hear you. I have a wife and a daughter who they literally would choose Chinese as frequently as they would choose anything. And with Liv Liv loves Chinatown. She's fallen in love with it.
The specialty of Chinese food to me is the rareness that I have it. So it makes it that much more special. Because I love to cook, and Donna and I cook a lot. Oh, my God. She made a salmon cake last night. You know, crab cakes? This was a salmon cake.
A salmon cake.
I kid you not. I couldn't rave about it enough. And I texted out to my friends. I took a picture and texted out to my friends and said, this is restaurant worthy. It was. I'll have to bring a little piece into you.
I do not eat salmon.
You don't like salmon?
The only fish that I do not like.
Really?
The only fish.
Why?
Too rare. I don't like.
Oh,
raw.
I don't like
rare. Mine is I don't like. I do not like. I think salmon. Maybe I've had it poorly prepared at times.
I'm gonna make you salmon.
But to me, it's the fishiest of fish.
Wow.
And I absolutely love seafood. If I had a chef, if I could win that damn Powerball, I would, a chef, I would absolutely love it. Love it, because I'd have seafood 3 times a week.
Oh.
I had crab cakes last night with a nice arugula salad.
Oh, there you go.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
The arugula, my favorite of the salads.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nah, it's too big for me.
I like the arugula.
I'm not an arugula man.
Arugula.
Arugulasman.
Arugulasman?
No, not that. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on a time machine coming up. I have no idea what it's about, but we'll find out what it's about coming up. But one of the things I wanted to do is, and this is just for now, a little idea to be able to say, are we overstating the Giants? And I got a couple things today that will tell you we are overstating how good the Giants are. But one of the things I'd like to do is, let's go by position group and tell me if you would take the Giants players or the Eagles players if you were making out a roster to try to win a game on Saturday night. All right? So we're just going to do a little exercise here. If you're trying to win a game Saturday night, we have to be objective here and say, what would you rather have? So let's just go quarterback in the game. Would you rather try to win a game Saturday night with Jalen Hurts or with Daniel Jones?
Yeah, I think I'm going Jalen Hurts.
Pat, are we uniform on that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we're uniform on that. All right, at running back, Miles Sanders or Saquon Barkley? I give Saquon the nod.
I think I lean that way a little bit too.
I will give Saquon a subtle nod.
A subtle nod, yeah, but I give him the nod. Miles Sanders had a spectacular year, but I'm going to give him the year. Does the fact that it's Miles Sanders, Boston Scott mean more to you than Barkley and Breda? Because to me, Breda came in here and chewed them up. Against our starters, he had a great game.
Yeah.
In Week 18. I think the Giants have the better tandem.
I don't think Barkley's going to be off the field all that much.
Okay.
On Saturday.
That's a good one there. Okay, so then it looks like we're even there. Now let's get to the wide receiver room.
This is laughable.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, or do you want to go with Darius Slayton, Kenny Galladay? Do we even have to discuss it?
No.
Let's move on.
And Isaiah Hodgins was their leading receiver last week, so
and I believe he is listed as questionable for the game. At tight end, Daniel Bellinger or Dallas Goedert?
Yeah, no, that's not hard either.
Okay, offensive line. Do you want Andrew Thomas or do you want Jordan Mailata? By the way, Andrew Thomas, I think, had a better year. I think he had a better year than Jordan Mailata. He is a Pro Bowl alternate.
Yeah,
I mean, he's. I think Mailata's had a better resume as an NFL left tackle. So I'm going to give a slight nod to Mailata, even though I believe this year Andrew Thomas has had a slightly better year.
Yeah, 4th overall pick he was, I believe, 3rd or 4th. Yeah,
And
I'll
Jordan's
call that
playing
a
hurt.
draw.
And he's playing hurt. Oh, you're going to call a draw?
I'll call a draw.
Pat, where do you go on that one? With Mailata?
I will go with a. It's tough for me. I mean, I love Jordan Mailata. He was banged up, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I was breaking down the all 22 of the Giants offensive line because of the fact that Thomas is a Pro Bowl alternate. I kind of have to give the nod to Thomas a little bit.
I think you do.
I think the long run, though, Mailata murks him.
Okay,
dominates him.
Nick Gates at left guard or Landon Dickerson? Not even a question.
Not even a question. No.
Jason Kelsey or John Feliciano? I do not know.
You could put Jose Feliciano in there.
He may have
Doesn't
better.
matter.
He could have had better instincts. Isaac Sayamalu or Mark Glowinski?
Monica Lewinsky?
No, it's not Monica Lewinsky. That's a whole other issue.
Yeah, I think Glowinski blows.
And then Evan Neal or Lane Johnson? Come on.
Not even close.
Okay, so all we saw there is at left tackle, it's sort of a wash, and we give Saquon Barkley the edge over
Slight.
a slight edge. but
Ever
we give it.
so slight.
Okay, on defense. I'll go to the corners first. Are you going to go with Adoree Jackson, who, by the way, is still questionable for the game this weekend, and Fabian Moreau, who is also questionable for this weekend? Or do you want the Eagles tandem? Do we even have to do it? Slay and Bradbury.
Don't have to do it.
Okay. Safeties. Do you want Julian Love and Xavier McKinney? Or do you want Reed Blankenship or C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
Julian Love is good. He had a bad game
like
against the Eagles, but he's a pretty good player.
I want 1 and 1. I'd want Gardner-Johnson and I'd want Love. So I take one of each on the safeties.
Okay.
I'll go one of theirs, one of ours. The linebacking core. Do you want T.J. Edwards, Kaiser White in there in the mix, or are you more looking for Jalen Smith and I don't know whatever happened to him, by the way, and Micah McFadden? I think it's sort of a wash.
Yeah, I think I might give a slight edge to the Eagles.
A slight edge?
I say slight edge.
Okay, slight edge to the Eagles there. All right, now the defensive ends, getting after the quarterback. I mean, you want Jihad Ward, Kayvon Thibodeau, or are you looking at Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat?
I don't know how you can go against anything on the Eagles' defensive line after the year that they had.
I don't think you could either.
No.
Fletcher Cox and Hargrave, or Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. I think that's tighter.
That's tight.
Tighter. But
Those two are very good.
But I'm giving the edge to the Eagles. The Eagles have a better run defense, for one thing. Much better run defense, I believe, that they can shut you down and make you more one-dimensional. Yeah. But I like Lawrence and Williams.
Yeah.
And Williams missed that earlier game.
Yes, he did.
All right, come on. We're talking about maybe 4 of the 22?
Maybe, yeah.
Where we would take a Giant? Maybe? This is where I
there it is.
I mean, it's 4 of the 22 where you go, okay, yeah, I could see the Giants having an edge there. People are going to, and this is one of the things about having the bye week. One team plays, the other team doesn't. So the recency bias is, wow, look how good the Giants are playing. Look how really good they are. They beat the Vikings, who after starting out like 10-1, like the Eagles did, were blown out by the Cowboys, blown out by the Lions, blown out by the Vikings down the stretch. And by the way, they had to come back from 32-0 down to beat the lousy Indianapolis Colts. I mean, that's people are overstating what they saw of the Giants last Sunday. That was a bad football team down the stretch, the Minnesota Vikings.
I'll look at it. Let's look at it a different way slightly.
Okay.
Of the comparisons we made, could Daniel Jones outplay Jalen Hurts on Sunday?
On Saturday?
Or Saturday, I'm sorry.
Could he outplay him? I really don't believe so. You mean
that would be my exact answer weeks ago.
Oh.
Of the 4 years I've seen Daniel Jones and the 2 years I've seen of Jalen Hurts, a few weeks ago I would have said, no way can Daniel Jones come in here and play better than Jalen Hurts. Now, I don't know. I think he could have a better game because of Jalen Hurts having the bad shoulder, because Daniel Jones he had a really good game last week. And look, it's not Bob Kuhn. Nobody cares what I say about it. But, like, I listened to the national people. They were shocked at the way Daniel Jones played last week. It was like, who is this guy? So that's the thing. Saquon Barkley can be better than, and we already deemed him better. I don't think the offensive line of the Giants can be better than the Eagles' offensive line as a whole.
Okay, well, only thing I would say to you about the Sunday performance of Daniel Jones, Jared Goff is a guy not a lot of people ever want to give a ton of respect to. He did the same exact thing to the Minnesota Vikings just weeks before. We do respect Aaron Rodgers and what he's accomplished.
Sure.
He slaughtered them. Dak Prescott, a guy who plays to very mixed reviews. He did the same thing to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Minnesota Vikings. It's not like people weren't doing this to the Vikings. And by the way, so did Josh Allen. Did it to them, but Josh Allen's team, which I think the Buffalo Bills have serious questions, and they struggled at home and ended up losing that game, which was a wild one. Hey, you may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White, because Bradford White is here for the pro. We appreciate our friends at Bradford White for being a part of the show. Let's go into a time machine that we'll step into.
Let's jump into our time machine. Hit the button for the year 2008.
2008 has been programmed.
Let's go.
So 15 years.
2020, 2015, 2010. We have arrived. The year is now 2008.
Hello, gentlemen. We're back to 2008.
Wow.
Don't know if you're aware of that. So we're going to play a little game with all three of you guys.
Okay.
And it's quite simple. The last time the Eagles played the Giants, it was during the 2008 season in the playoffs. It was that long ago, all right? So
okay.
I want to know how well you guys remember the year 2008.
Okay.
And we're just going to go around the room and figure out if you guys have good memories or bad. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
It was over 15 years
I like
ago.
this. Okay.
So, we got Connor, we got Bob, we got John for the YouTube crew.
You know how many headsets, Connor? No, they're not working for you?
They don't work?
Why don't you work on the other side? They'll work
He's
over
running
here.
in?
He's going to get headsets.
Do we really
He's
even
doing
need 'em?
something.
I don't know. All right, let's get this thing
We'll
rolling.
go to question 1.
Yes.
The number one question in the Who Is category was this politician. The number one question.
This is easy.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, you think.
2008?
The number one question in the Who Is category was this politician. You think you know? Who is it?
I think I do. I think it was Barack Obama.
Bob.
Well, that would be obvious, so I'll go John McCain.
Ooh, interesting. Oh,
Connor, do you have another choice or?
I'm wrong. I know that I'm wrong now.
Hillary Clinton.
No.
I'm wrong, and I know why I'm wrong.
Who do you think it is?
Sarah Palin.
You're all wrong. John, actually, no, John, you were right. I'm sorry. It is
Sarah,
Obama.
you mean?
No, it was Obama.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sarah Palin,
in
though.
2008.
Sarah Palin, though, was the fastest Google searched.
Okay.
Like, the fastest rise was Sarah Palin. The most Googled person, though, was Barack Obama. Obviously, there was an election going on that year.
And he was new. He was fresh face on the scene.
Yeah, nobody really knew who he was other than Oprah. The number one movie in America when the game was played starred Clint Eastwood. What was the movie called? Does anybody remember? Number one movie in America when the game got played.
It's the old man on his porch being angry at people.
What, Gran Torino?
Gran Torino.
I don't know. I feel like Gran Torino was older than that.
You're thinking it's older than 2008? I do not.
Okay. So John, you say Gran Torino.
Yes.
Bob, do you have an answer? You're a big movie guy.
I'll say Every Which Way But Loose.
Shut his mic off.
That was a Clint Eastwood movie.
That's a very good Clint Eastwood movie,
Connor,
too.
do you have a Clint Eastwood movie?
For the sake of saying
you can say the same answer.
Because you think Gran Torino was older.
I think it was, but I'm going to go Gran Torino again.
You both are correct. It is, in fact, Gran Torino.
It's old. 15 years is old.
Yeah.
Gave you the assist on that one.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll have you guys get off Bob's lawn in a
Every
minute.
Which Way But Loose.
All right, now Nick Sirianni was a head coach when the game got played.
He was?
But where was he coaching at?
Nick Sirianni was a head coach.
I'm sorry. Screwing all this up. Nick Sirianni was a coach. He wasn't a head coach.
Was a coach.
He was a coach. Nick Sirianni was a coach when the game got played. Where was he coaching at?
I'll say Mount Union College.
That is what I'm going to guess also, Mount Union.
You all are incorrect. It was that powerhouse, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. He was the wide receivers coach.
At IUPUI, is that?
I think it's
Well,
just
it's not
IUP.
Ooey-Pooey.
Whatever it is. It's not
Yeah.
Ooey-Pooey?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Of course. How could we forget?
There you go.
Yeah, IUP.
Wow,
He
that's
was
interesting.
the wide receivers coach. All right, this politician got into hot water thanks to a prostitution scandal. I'll give you a hint. Wouldn't be his. He didn't really learn his lesson from this. Who was he?
Oh.
Gary. Gary something.
I'm thinking Spitzer from New York.
Oh, Elliot Spitzer?
I was in 8th grade. I wasn't really up to date on the politician prostitution.
I can't think of what is. Gary something is in my head.
Okay, so we'll go Gary
Kubiak.
something. We'll go Gary Kubiak.
Not Gary
we'll go Elliot
Kubiak.
Spitzer. No, you said Gary Kubiak. You just did. And then we have 8th grade is Connor's answer, correct?
Connor's answer.
Bob, you nailed it, man. It was Elliot Spitzer.
Elliot Spitzer.
Yeah, his he had a prostitution scandal with his wife, and then he had the sexting scandal later on, a couple years later when he tried
didn't
to run
learn
for
his
New York
lesson.
mayor. No, he didn't learn his lesson. The guy's super horny. The Phillies, when the game got played, the Phillies, a month beforehand, had just announced their big free agent signing. It was this slugger. Who was it? Once again, when the game got played, it was a month after the Phillies had just announced the signing of their new slugger. Who was it?
I know this. Outfielder.
Jason Worth?
Raul
No,
Abana.
because he wasn't
No,
even.
no.
No, because
He was on the 08 team.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Raul-
this is 08.
Yes, but he was on the 08 team. Wait, is this 08 of?
I said
January,
I said the question twice. I'm not saying it again.
It was.
Okay,
this is
so-
when 08 began, before
Right,
they
right,
won the
right.
title.
I was thinking after.
But Worth
I was
wasn't
thinking
a
the football
big.
season
He wasn't
after.
even expected to be a starter.
No.
I swear to.
Okay, so we have one for Worth, one for Ibanez, and Connor,
Ibanez,
you're a
not
Phillies
right.
guy. You
Connor
host
was
the
in
Locked on
8th grade.
Phillies podcast.
I was in 8th grade.
You were in 8th grade, but you should
Worth.
know.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, we'll go with all right. 2 for Worth, 1 for Bobby. Nails it again. It was Raul Ibanez. In
Wow.
December of 2008,
Ibanez.
they signed Raul Ibanez.
I would never.
See, that's what I'm saying. It was after the 08 season. That's why it couldn't have been
Yes,
Worth.
but it was the 2008 season.
Right, right,
That's
right.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next question. This actor suddenly died, but later won an award after his sudden passing. Who was he? This actor had suddenly died, shocking death, and then he won an award afterwards.
John Ritter.
Okay, we have John Ritter for 1. Bobby.
Prince.
Oh no.
Heath Ledger.
It's not.
Correct answer is Heath Ledger.
That was 15 years ago.
15 years ago,
dude.
yeah.
That's when Dark Knight came
Yeah,
out.
and then
I
he-
can't believe it.
And then obviously he won
Damn,
for
I
his
should've
portrayal
got
of the
that.
Joker in The Dark Knight.
Okay, I can't believe that was 15 years ago.
This one's going to hurt, guys. A regular gallon of gas cost what? Did it cost? Multiple choice here. $1.54, $1.85, $2.37, $4.42. Once again, $1.54, $1.85, $2.37, $4.42.
185.
Bobby, do you
I'm
have
going
an
to
answer?
go higher. I don't think it was 447, but I'm going to go 239 because economy was.
Okay.
I didn't have my license yet.
Because you were in 8th grade.
I'm going to go with what John said.
Okay, so John said $1.85, and Bob, you went with $2.37. Correct answer. $1.85. Johnny, you nailed it.
Nice.
$1.85.
John
for
seems
gallon
like a
of
guy
gas.
who would remember that.
It was
stuff.
more like
would bother
80.
him.
It was more like 89 when we all
All
started taking it in the shorts. That was not fun.
All right, hopefully you guys will know this one. I think, John, you will. AMC debuted these 2 shows, which would be juggernauts for the station. I need both shows.
Walking Dead
is definitely one.
Connor, let the man finish, please.
Okay.
It's radio etiquette. All right, well, as John thinks,
Hey, Bobby, you
if
wanna
anybody
go?
wants to jump in with another one, if you have a
another
different
one?
answer or
No,
whatnot.
that was the one I knew.
Yeah, I don't.
Both be juggernauts.
Yeah, they both would become juggernauts for the station.
AMC.
What
You
else
guys
is
are-
even on AMC?
You guys are to kick yourselves. Guys, it was Breaking Bad
No, AMC, yes.
and Mad Men.
Oh, really?
Oh my
Walking Dead would come
gosh.
back a couple years after that, yeah.
Wow.
And they really burst AMC from that station that would play
Now,
The
the thing
Godfather
is, I was
constantly,
thinking
too.
Mad Men, and I wasn't thinking that was 15 years ago
thought,
either.
You thought that was 50 years ago because it was set in the 60s.
That's incredible.
And you're incorrect.
That is
All
incorrect.
right, 2 more here.
All right, I love
Samuel Joseph Wurzelbacher was thrust into the political spotlight. He was better known by this nickname. Once again, Samuel Joseph Wurzelbacher was thrust into the political spotlight, but he's better known by this name, and everybody was calling him this. Do you remember? Political spotlight.
I have absolutely no clue.
Bobby?
Oh,
Samuel Joseph.
Yeah, he was thrust into the political spotlight, but he was better known as this.
No idea.
And Connor, you were in 8th grade, but do you have any idea?
Was he the rent is too damn high guy?
That guy was awesome, but no.
Okay, then I have no idea.
Now. He was Joe the Plumber.
Joe the Plumber!
Joe the Plumber.
Don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think he was at a political rally. And
he was huge for a while.
Yeah, he was big.
He was like the Ken Bone of that time?
He really was. He was the Ken Bone. Okay. Although the rent is too damn high guy is an all-timer, Connor, so good pull by you. And then finally, this eventual Stanley Cup champion had just scored his 29th goal of the season in a 4-1 win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So when the game got played against the Giants, this eventual Stanley Cup champion was just coming off a game where he scored his 29th goal of the season. It was leading the Flyers at the time.
Oh, the Flyers.
Eventual Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, Stanley
Nick
Cup.
Nick Kubel.
Connor, please.
No,
I know you're in 8th grade, but don't be a jackass, dude.
I'll say Carter.
Okay.
Jeff Carter.
John, do you have a different answer? Do you want to go with that answer?
I don't mind that answer. Yeah, I think Jeff Carter's a good answer.
Connor? I'll
Jeff
give you
Carter.
a redemption. Correct answer is Jeff Carter. Bob.
How about that?
Well, the thing is the Stanley Cup champion. I immediately started saying, who went to the Kings?
You know who else scored in that same 4-1 game was Mike Richards.
Really? Okay.
So I thought maybe somebody would have guessed Mike Richards, but
there you go.
Jeff Carter.
I don't know if Richards ever had 29 goals, did he?
No, I mean, Jeff Carter, according to some Flyers fans, he would score 40 goals a year, but they were all, in blowout games or empty netters.
I had an uncle who said that Mike Schmidt hit solo home runs.
He did hit solo home runs.
He hit 2-run homers too.
Exactly.
But he was insistent that if the pressure was off, Mike Schmidt hit home runs. I think I've heard Tyrone say that his dad said the same thing to him. It must be a generational thing. I never watched Mike Schmidt and thought.
People said it about Abreu, too. It's just, we just have stars in this town that we don't like, that we don't think are clutch.
Abreu and Schmidt.
Well, I know it's different, but every generation has that guy. It pops up every once in a while.
Connor's right. It was incredible. People acted like Bobby Abreu was lazy because he was effortless when he stole 400 bases in his career or something like that. I mean, the logic in that itself, he got to first base and he thought, let me work more by running to second. But people thought he was lazy.
What was the top show in 2008?
American Idol.
Very good.
Wow.
Who was the winner?
Oh, God.
Ruben
Studdard. No. I'll even give you this guy's...
Taylor Hicks?
No. I'll give you the person. It was a guy.
David Archuleta.
David is correct, not Archuleta.
No, that's David Cook.
David Bowie.
Wow, that is really disturbing.
My family loved American Idol.
Is he another one of those fake country music people?
No, David Cook was he was
an edgy rock star.
Yeah. Trust me, I remember.
All right, there you go.
I was on the American Idol scene.
Yeah, Connor's only
I love that.
He remembers.
Pat, I love that exercise. Yeah, that was fun. Coach, Pat, that was good.
It's been a long time since 2008.
That's wild. It's good for your mind, too, to go through that. All right, we got a lot more coming up on the Eagles and the Giants. Adam Schefter joins us 10 minutes past the hour. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I know the BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app has got you covered. Whether you're talking about pro football or even college hoops, or you're betting on the Sixers. Last night, I did a little cashed in on the Sixers, on the money line, and the over. And that was my bet last night. I got it. I won on the BetParks app. If I wanted that money out, I could get it out immediately. It's so easy. I can transfer it right back, get it into my hands the next day. It's best. But the sportsbook bonus you get back if you're a new user, you can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet isn't a winner. Download the app, start playing instantly. You'll love the BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app. 4 huge games this weekend, and I've already placed wagers on them all because that's what I do before Wednesday. See BetParks.com for full terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
For someone who's super, super hot, you're really cranky.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You've heard about the pills, the needles, even the surgery. But have you heard about the next big thing in ED treatment? Focused Shockwave Therapy uses pulses of energy that travel faster than the speed of sound to penetrate deep inside your body and activate the growth of new blood vessels and tissue on a cellular level. And it's available right now at Forge Medical Group, Philadelphia's leading provider of ED treatments. Focused Shockwave Therapy is safe, simple, and painless, with no drugs, no surgery, no injections, and no side effects. Forge Medical Group will create a custom treatment program that combines focused shockwave therapy with acoustic wave therapy for proven, long-lasting results for as little as $300 a session. Get your confidence back with help from Forge Medical Group. Appointments fill up fast, so call Forge Medical Group now at 610-632-8181 or visit forgemedicalgroup.com. That's forgemedicalgroup.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by renovating your kitchen or bathroom with the great professionals at Colonial Marble and Granite. Stop in an area showroom or make an appointment for a free in-home consultation. They're a one-stop shop offering a selection of countertops, cabinetry, tile, and flooring. Get a fully installed quartz, marble, or granite countertop for just $19.99 with zero money down and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Visit colonialmarble.net today. Tell them Cuz sent you.
Now at Barlow Chevrolet, it pays to switch to Chevrolet. We're excited to announce our Select Market, Loyalty, and Conquest cash incentives are available now. These credits are good for owners of both GM and non-GM vehicles, and they can be applied towards new GM vehicles like the Chevy Silverado, Malibu, or Traverse. Plus, qualified buyers will enjoy an added bonus of great promo rates, including 2.9% for up to 60 months on the Chevy Silverado 1500. Find new roads at Barlow Chevrolet in Delran or online at barlowchevrolet.com.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
It's playoffs time, Philly. Rally House has the Eagles gear you're looking for, including official postseason gear in the latest styles. Go Birds!
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just one dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never thought I'd care about gardening until I bought a house in the suburbs. But now I find myself in conversations about liquid fertilizer, and I wonder, am I the fertilizer guy now? No way. Everyone knows the ratio between phosphorus and nitrogen, right? Yeah, I'm still totally cool.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Hey, it's pro football playoff time. It's the best time of the year. John Kincade telling you it's been a great year for the Birds, and I want you to join the action in the BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app. It's got you and me covered for pro football playoffs. Plus, with pro and college hoops and so much more, you get the odds, the bets, the slots, and the games right there in the palm of your hand. And it's safe, it's secure, and it's easy to use. The official sports book for the real Philly sports fan. I know this. You can bet on more than just the score. Individual player performances let you cash in, and live in-game wagering lets you bet during the game. So come on in and join me on the BetParks app. And new users can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet isn't a winner. So download it today and start playing instantly with the BetParks Sportsbook and Casino app. Now you got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. See BetParks.com to get full terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, the 2023 Philadelphia Auto Show, it's back. January 28th to the February 5th at Pennsylvania Convention Center. The auto show's filled with the latest and greatest new models, classics, and exotics, and it's always a fun time to get out, especially in the wintertime. You can check out over 30 indoor vehicles in motion, including Camp Jeep, and for the first time ever, the Ram Track. It's an indoor off-road experience. So if you're looking for an electric vehicle, you're going to love the E-Track, where you can take a ride in electric vehicles from Chevy, Ford, Nissan, VW, and Toyota. Experience the capabilities of an electronic vehicle. It's all sponsored by Pico. If you like modified rides, one-of-a-kind custom builds, Custom Alley is going to be for you. They got cars, they got trucks that you're not going to find anywhere else. Hey, new vehicles, customs, classics, they've got it all. So go experience the ride at the Philly Auto Show. Go to phillyautoshow.com for details and get your tickets today.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Little Prince always puts a smile on my face. Huge Prince fan. Top 5 for me, Bob. Top five all-time musical performer, Prince.
Yeah, what an incredible talent. You know, players ever, and it might have been Tyrone brought it up one time. People, you know, did the Clapton and all that stuff,
Right.
and he's like,
he's
you
fantastic.
can't forget about Prince, man.
No,
He was
don't.
unbelievable.
And the showman.
Oh,
And the
so
showman that he
talented.
was,
Yeah.
too, which
Yeah.
is where, you know, it also plays out. Hey, I want to remind you the BetPark Sportsbook and Casino app has the absolute best in-game betting experience for you, especially on divisional playoff weekend when you got all these games going on. Download the BetParks app now at betparks.com. At the top here, we got Adam Schefter joining us in just a moment or two, so we'll get to that. Plus, Bob has a Speak for Yourself coming up from Nick Sirianni a little bit at the bottom of the hour, so you don't want to miss that. As you're going to hear what Nick Sirianni said, and then maybe Bob will tell you what he really said. Sort of an idea, you know, maybe what he's really saying. The idea, we started it today, though, the idea that Jalen Hurts is completely off the injury report, it says something to me. And I was texting on another issue with Chris Mortensen yesterday, and we'll have Adam Schefter join us coming up. It surprised them that he's absolutely off the grid as far as the injury. It is strange. All of a sudden, it's, done, which means he is expected. There is nothing that should restrict him from any practice activity, and he should be a full availability for the game on Saturday night. Full availability, no issues.
Yep.
They do it for gamblers, so to give you the advanced knowledge. So it surprised me. But knowing what kind of a tough guy Jalen Hurts is, maybe it doesn't. Maybe, you know, because unless you tell somebody you're hurt, you know, at some point, they can do their MRIs, they can do their x-rays and everything. It's obviously now something that he's just going to play through some mild, and most guys do.
Hey, there's probably only a handful of guys that are entering these playoffs that are still in it that aren't battling something, right? I mean, everybody's got something going on. We hear former players talk about it. We've talked to players during a season. There's just always something going on with you. Now, a shoulder for a quarterback, that kind of sucks. But I have a very good feeling that we're not going to notice a difference on Saturday night.
The one of the other talking points of the week has been incessant that the Giants are this hot team rolling into Philly. Man, they're playing great. These Giants are rolling. Really? Giants were 6-1. They started out 6-1. Then they were rolling. Then they were outstanding. Then they were top 10 in 2 different categories, offensively and defensively. Well, what is this super hot team that's coming in to play the Eagles? They were 3-6-1 down the stretch. 3-6-1 in their final 10 games of the season. Now, in the same comparison point, the Eagles were 7-0. And in their last 10 games, they went 7-3 down the stretch, 2 of those losses without Jalen Hurts. So is the 7-3 the hot rolling team, or is the 3-6-1 team the hot rolling team? The Eagles were better at the start of the season. The Eagles were better at the end of the season. Everybody, I get it. Everybody saw the Viking game. Everybody saw it and was like, wow, look at that. And again, I say to you this. Did Daniel Jones have a better day than Jared Goff had against the Vikings? Nope. Did he have a better game than Aaron Rodgers did? Nope. Did he have a better game than Dak Prescott did against the Vikings? Nope. So I mean, just I get it. I believe this is all coming down to recency bias. Because when you look at it, we did the exercise today. Maybe 4 Giants could be in the starting 22 of the Eagles. Maybe. A couple of them were like razor thin. So, I mean, this is not and by the way, I do believe Brian Daboll had an amazing year. Amazing year. That Giants staff isn't better than the Eagles staff. How many people are asking to interview Wink Martindale for a head coaching job? How many job interviews do they got? The Eagles' offensive and defensive coordinator are sought after. There's a reason the Eagles were 14-1 with Jalen Hurts. And there's a reason. They were the better team at the beginning of the year. They were the better team at the end of the year. They didn't play last weekend. So they had nothing to put in your head like the Giants did against Minnesota. And yes, I realize that I am setting myself up to be, he's totally overconfident. Hey, if that's it, I will still say it's Wednesday morning and I am still sitting on it. It's a double-digit win Saturday night. Do I believe it's going to be like a laugh or blowout like the first meeting was at New York this year? I absolutely do not. I think the Giants are playing a little better than they were then. Do I believe the Eagles win a double-digit game, meaning 10 points or more? Yep. And nothing has moved me off that I've heard this week.
Yeah, it's hard to dive back 6-7 games ago because, as you said before, John, momentum in the NFL is a tough thing. So are you carrying anything over, good or bad, to different games? Right. It's hard to say. I do know that watching last week against the Vikings, while a bad defense they are, it surprised the hell out of me how Daniel Jones played.
He was fantastic.
We use these terms when the Eagles played the Saints, that it was unrecognizable, that if you put a different uniform on, I wouldn't have known who it was. All of those things that we used to describe the Eagles against the Saints, I used to describe Daniel Jones last week against the Vikings. He had command of that game, and I've never seen that from him.
I think he had poise, too.
Everything you could have wanted from him, from escaping in the pocket but staying in to complete passes, to breaking out of a pocket and getting good runs and good yardage that way. He hit guys. He threaded needles. He just looked totally different last week. And I don't know if it's because of Brian Daboll being the coach that he's becoming that, or if that was an anomaly against a bad defense.
It might have been a bad defense, as I say, because Dallas blows them out. In the last games of the season, last 7 games of the season, Dallas blows them out, Green Bay blows them out, Detroit blows them out. And they score like 110 points doing it, the 3 teams. They blew them out of the water. And by the way, the Colts really did put it on them and then blew it because Jeff Saturday was not prepared. I mean, they should have lost a 4th game in a bad loss. I think there's a recency bias to what we most recently saw.
Absolutely.
I think it's what it is.
Absolutely, there's a recency bias. Yeah, it's the fear-mongering that takes place during the playoffs. I think it's real. I mean, and I think it happens with every...
A lot of fan bases.
A lot of fan bases, including our own. I'm guilty of it a lot of times where you're up to the point of the playoffs, the stakes are high, and you have a lot of time on your hands. So you start convincing yourself that this team is maybe better than they are, or the home team is worse than they are, or whatever.
And you know, Pat, nobody can overanalyze more than me. And I feel more confident than I did Sunday. I feel more confident this morning waking up than I did Sunday night going to bed about the Giants-Eagles matchup.
I'm about the same.
Yeah, I feel better about it. Hey, Saturday night, you want to go to the official playoff watch party? It's at Wicked Wolf in Philadelphia, and it's presented by our friends at Corona. The Birds' flight to the big game is there. Plan on joining the Fanatic out there for the official playoff watch party at Wicked Wolf in Philly. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com. We'll hear from Adam Schefter coming up, and it is so I get into a discussion with one of his cohorts yesterday, Chris Mortensen, and Mort was like, I think it's a bad matchup for the Giants. He says, sometimes I think there are teams that aren't a good matchup.
Yeah.
That they match up better with somebody else. And he was of the belief that it's a bad matchup there. But one thing that Mort was quick to point out, he doesn't think San Francisco's a bad matchup for San Francisco. He thinks it would be a bare-knuckle backstreet brawl.
Yeah.
If those two teams meet.
I can see that.
And the Dallas, it's almost like you don't know where it'll go. Because
you don't know what Dallas team you're going to get.
Right.
It seems, you don't know more specifically what Dak Prescott you're going to get.
And, boy, were they loving on Dak Prescott yesterday. Oh, my gosh.
And he looked really good.
He did.
Whatever night it was, I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I'm going to say he looked good against a really bad Bucs team. And the Bucs were bad.
Yeah.
And it kills me because I really do. I root like hell. I want Todd Bowles to be successful, but I just believe Todd's looking more and more like a guy who's a great coordinator. And he is one of the better defensive coordinators in the game. But he's looking like a guy that, as a coordinator, he gets it done when he just is focused on. And that's not a knock because there's many, many guys who have been great coordinators, but the head coach isn't for them. Because the head coach, you got to delegate, you have to do it all. He's been a really good defensive coordinator.
This just in, it's not real easy to be a head coach in the NFL.
No.
And then,
really.
That's
but
okay.
But they look like Bruce Arians. I've been told Bruce Arians is like a college coach, even though he was Temple's coach when I was there, that Bruce Arians is more like a college coach. Delegate to everybody. I'm the MC. I'm overseeing everything. And it's tough to follow a guy like him. Hey, Adam Schefter's on the Comcast Business Hotline because every day in business is a big day, and Comcast Business gets you ready for what's next. And he's brought to us by our friends at Landis Block and Concrete. And they've shown it to me. They created our very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise, and you can check them out online at landisbc.com. Adam, how much do you believe that when a team sits and their fan base sits and they watch Wild Card Weekend, that maybe too much is put into what they see with their two eyes because of a recency bias, or that just their team didn't get a chance to put anything on the table for them to see?
Well, you know what I think? The question I always have is, and it's different with every team, how do they come out of the bye? Like, momentum is a real thing in football. When you're rolling, you're rolling. Just like early in the year, middle of the year, the Eagles are rolling, and then when Jalen was gone, they weren't. Are they going to be able to just recapture that magic right away on Saturday, or is it going to take a little bit of time? And we're not going to know until we see it, and they don't know. And I've seen one seeds that come out clicking on all cylinders, and I see one seeds that just don't look like one seeds in round one.
Last year, both one seeds lost and had trouble getting their offenses going, but I don't know if that was because of the Bengals and what the Bengals and the 49ers did, or if it was because of what the Packers and the Titans did.
Well, but hold on. They were one seeds. They were good enough to have the best record in their conferences. So I don't care what the 49ers or Bengals did. The Packers and Titans did not play the way they had all year long.
Shefty,
yeah, they did. No, they didn't. They didn't on that day. That is correct.
Who this weekend, Shefty, in the NFC, or what this weekend in the NFC impressed you most?
In the NFC?
Yeah.
Dallas. Dallas came out storming. I mean, they were unbelievable. And to me, they looked like a dangerous team.
When you saw... Though going up against like what they did against Tampa was 8-9, like you're saying there. Tampa was 8-9 for a reason. Just like one seeds are one seeds for a reason. Teams are 8-9 for a reason because they're less than mediocre. I just wonder, what did we see them go against? And Minnesota got blown out 3 times down the stretch, and then had to face goes up against the Giants. And everybody's thinking, wow, look what the Giants did to Minnesota. I saw Detroit do that to Minnesota. I saw the Packers do it to Minnesota. I saw Dallas do it to Minnesota in the last 6 weeks.
Dallas looks dominant. Now, are they going to come out and play that way on Sunday night? I don't know. Is a team was Monday night their best game of the year? Was it the game against Minnesota? If Dallas is playing at that level and not throwing the football, they're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be tough to beat. But I also would say that if the 49ers don't have any turnovers, they're going to be tough to beat. And if the Eagles don't turn, it's pretty simple. Like, there are three really good teams. And the Giants, by the way, are an upstart team. I think they're dangerous on Saturday. I do. Are they as good as the Eagles? No, they're not. Does that mean that the Eagles are going to win the game? No.
How much do you think the product of how a team plays is who they're playing? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, if Dallas plays like they did against Minnesota or Dallas plays like they did against Tampa, they're out of the playoffs for a reason because both of those teams, blew a tire and were playing like crappy down the stretch. We lost you for a second there. We've lost Adam. We'll try to get him hooked up again. Put him on hold, and we'll see if we can get him back in a better cell. I think that's one of the things you got to look at is when you look your best. Who did you look your best against?
Yeah, but also some of that is you're making that team look bad too.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you're doing enough. I thought Dallas's offense, like Shefty said, I think it might have got interrupted there a little bit, was just on fire the other night. They looked like they were just running on all cylinders.
Well, there was some beautiful Dak Prescott delivered the ball the other night as well as I've seen him all year long.
Yeah. And his motor
he was throwing bullets.
Yeah, and his motor was as high as I've ever seen it.
We got Adam Schefter back with us. Hey, Adam. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm in a bad stuff.
It's okay.
What I was about to say was, Monday night, Dallas did play great, but Tampa was awful. And Tampa has been awful. So to your point, yes, it does have something to do with how you're playing. And Tampa did this year, for whatever reason, has just looked miserable all along. They've never been able to get out of their own way. And so they got in the hole on Monday night, and it changes the whole game. And they're just not playing well enough to recover and bounce back from that, as you saw on Monday night. Now, do I think that Dallas or the Giants are going to play that way against the favorites on divisional playoff? I don't think so. Very rarely do you see a team get to this spot and just lay an egg. It happens, but it's not very common. It's not very common. I've seen some bad ones. I was at a AFC Championship game where Jacksonville beat Miami like 51-3 or whatever it was. It was unbelievable. Sometimes just days get away, but by and large, these games usually are competitive, and I think the Giants are going to play tough.
Shefty, Daniel Jones to me this past weekend was so good, almost unrecognizable from what we've seen when the Eagles have played the Giants throughout his years. Has that been growing all this season with Brian Dable, or did he play one of his best games of the season on whatever they played Sunday?
Well, how about both those? Can both them be true? Like you're building and growing and learning the offense and getting better, and then all of a sudden you play your best game at the most critical time, which is what happened on Sunday. And the guy's heading into an important offseason. His contract's up, and obviously this is his last stand. So, if he plays like that again this week, price just goes up and up and up. He's making a lot of money by playing that well. And I think Daniel Jones is just a good quarterback. And I think he's built for today's day and age. Like, he can run. Mm-hmm. He can be a runner. And people don't necessarily think of him because they see this big guy out there. Don't think he's fast. He's all those things. He's pretty athletic.
What do you?
So, yeah.
When you look at what Jalen Hurts being completely removed from the injury report yesterday, did that surprise you?
I think it's a symbolic gesture as much as anything else.
So teams will do that when they know a guy's going to play. They'll do that to just take him off.
Do I think he's 100% that all of a sudden that 1 week he magically healed and that sprained SC joint is just good to go and there's no, I don't think that. Do I think he's going to practice in full this week and play on Sunday and there's no, so take him off. He's not hurt. And it sends a message to the Giants, our guy, he's better. It's not, there's nothing to target there. There's nothing to see there. We're going on. He's playing. He's fine. He's all good. You think he's all good?
I find it incredibly hard to believe, especially the way they walked on eggshells the past few weeks. But I like it, and I think obviously it's a message also being sent by Jalen Hurts.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's what they're trying to do.
I like it.
Shefty, you talked about turnovers earlier, and obviously we can put that on playoff games especially. being a deciding factor. But if you look at the talent or coaches, whatever it may be, what's the biggest difference between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants?
I think the Eagles have more playmakers. They've built up their roster to a spot where they're more like the Giants are claiming Isaiah Hodgins off waivers. And Isaiah Hodgins has been unbelievable. Like, good for that guy and good for that team. Claimed him off waivers in November. Guy's killing it. Whereas the Eagles have first-round picks at that spot, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You know, and look, I love Isaiah Hodgins is my kind of guy. I love that guy. But you're talking about, you know, the Eagles have primetime guys there at those spots. And the Giants have one at running back. And Jalen has been, you know, playing at an MVP level this year till he got hurt. They're probably stronger in the line. They're just a deeper, more talented roster, which doesn't mean anything in one game, right? Like the Giants go out and play better. So
wait, let me hear that, though. When I hear that from people, it doesn't mean anything? Shouldn't it mean? Doesn't it mean the majority of the time, the more talented team, the more stacked team wins?
Usually it does, but there are cases when it doesn't.
Of course, that's the case. We know that. I mean,
that's it.
That there is, but I mean, it should mean a lot. I mean, we did the exercise this morning, and we put 4 Giants from their starting lineup that could potentially start for the Eagles. I mean, this is pretty lopsided. Absolutely, Saquon.
Would you go?
This is a hard exercise to do.
You know, I'm just thinking but their 2 offensive tackles are great, but I don't know that I'm taking them over the Eagles guys like Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson. Is Lane Johnson going to be 100% of Lane Johnson? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think there's a unit. I don't think there's a unit where they're better. Every single unit, the Eagles are better. It doesn't mean you can't lose a game, but in all logic, the better team. The Eagles started out 7-0. The Giants started out 6-1. From that point on, the Giants were 3-6-1. The Eagles were 7-3 with 2 losses with Jalen Hurts out of the lineup.
And what does that mean on the scoreboard at the start of Saturday?
Well, I mean, it's 0-0, but it also tells you it also tells you going in, though, there has to be some basis of logic, correct, as far as how you look at the 2 teams.
And that is why the game is in Philadelphia, and that is why the Eagles are the 1 seed, and that is why the Eagles are favored, and that is why they're going to go play the game.
That is why Saturday night you're going to text me and you're going to say, wow, it was a double-digit win for the Eagles, John.
Okay.
Double digits, 10 or above.
I'm going to say, what's the point spread in the game?
It's 7.5.
That's about what I would think it would be. I think Philadelphia wins the game.
Would you take the points? And now you're not a gambling guy. You're not advocating gambling, but you're thinking, does it fall within? Would you believe it would be fall within that?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. We're going to see you on Thursday. Tell me, are we looking for 2 new coordinators, 1 new coordinator? What is your gut instinct here and what you're hearing about the Eagles guys being interviewed?
You know, I really thought Ben Johnson was going to be the guy in Carolina, and the fact that he's not, I think, puts Shane Steichen into play than I thought he was going to be. But I'm going to say that at least one, and probably both. If I had a guess, at least one, and maybe both coordinators are back in Philadelphia.
Both back. Boy, that would that be. Some people would be upset with that. Some people would be thrilled with it. I'll be thrilled with it if they're both back.
I think at least one and very possibly both. But look, you know, we haven't seen a head coach hired yet. There's still interviews going on. Still early in the process. Nobody knows how it's going to turn out yet. Have to see. But I'm giving you my early forecast. We'll see.
We appreciate you, Adam. We'll look forward to checking into you next week before the NFC title game.
Guys, good luck on Saturday.
All right, buddy. See you later.
Thanks, Shefty.
Adam Schefter joined us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Thanks to our friends at Landis Block and Concrete, where you can create your own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. And Landis BC did a great job with us. Go check out landisbc.com and check out their gallery online. You want to react to Adam or you want to react to us? And he's going to react to Nick Sirianni yesterday and to Speak for Yourself coming up. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Steven Singer is releasing his brand new Valentine's Day rose color for 2023, and it's periwinkle. I had no idea what periwinkle was, but then I saw it, and I said, man, that is beautiful. It's sort of a violet color, blue, purple. It's gorgeous. 24-karat gold dip roses. They're beautiful. It's going to take her breath away. And if you haven't created a little collection for your lovely lady of those flowers, you're going to want to do that. By the way, you can check out the rings, the necklaces. He's not just saying go buy his roses, but these roses are amazing. And they go fast. So if you want to add to the collection, the 24-karat gold dip periwinkle rose is going to be a winner. I would also check out maybe some rings, maybe some necklaces, something like that. She'll love that too. Steven's got his famous gold dip roses starting at just $59, free lifetime guarantee, fast and free shipping. Real roses and real 24-karat gold. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
The John Kincade Show.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote, 800-993-8014. Ask about senior and military discounts. Ox covers commercial car owners too. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-993-8014. 800-993-8014.
Hi guys, it's Mark. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Wednesday, January 18th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. You'll also get a gift that can produce rapid and powerful results in the bedroom in minutes. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is an unprecedented offer worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify totally free. Call 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today, Wednesday, 215-302-9999.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you can't stop, there's Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub sends powerful medicated Vicks vapors right to the source of your... so you can experience cough relief and breathe easier. Generations of families have trusted Vicks VapoRub to help relieve the worst cold symptoms. So next time you have a cough, reach for the Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub. Cough relieving is believing.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Just happy to be here.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are heating up at A&T Subaru in Sellersville. Right now, get as low as 3.9% financing on all 2023 Subarus for up to 48 months. You could drive a brand new, safe and reliable Subaru for less than the price of used. And if that's not enough, here's one more reason to shop at A&T.
I'm Jeff Allen, owner of A&T Subaru. Come experience the A&T Advantage. That includes a lifetime powertrain warranty with virtually every vehicle we sell.
Shop atsubaru.net.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro.
CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contract registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed. And a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
Hey, you know what you need to do? You need to bet the NFL playoffs with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, where every play is a rush. This weekend, get a no-sweat same-game parlay during the divisional round. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. Get free bets back if your NFL playoff same-game parlay doesn't hit. Use promo code BOB. Same-game parlays let you combine all your favorite bets from a chance to win an even bigger payday. I think there's a team real close to here that's going to score a lot of points on Saturday night. So you might want to look at some of the stuff there. You can bet popular same-game parlays already made for you. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, then join with promo code BOB to see for yourself why it's America's #1 sportsbook. Already have a FanDuel account? Well, start building your no-sweat same-game parlay today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. 3 or more legs. Minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Appreciate you being a part of everything we've got going on here and obviously leading you up to the Birds and the Giants on Saturday. We will have our Birds pregame show starting at 5, live from Xfinity Live on Saturday afternoon, and we hope you're here for it. And Prime members, you can save big at Whole Foods Market. All packaged smoked salmon is 20% off with Prime through January 24th while supplies last. Shop in store or online. Terms do apply. Now, is the smoked salmon different than you can't use the smoked salmon for what your bride put together for you last night?
Yeah, I don't know if she could make her salmon cakes out of the smoked salmon. It might give you a flavor that you don't want in there. But smoked salmon is delicious also.
You like that also?
I love all kinds of salmon.
I love fish. Like, I absolutely love seafood. I wish I could, like, whenever we are near the beach, I will eat seafood every meal.
Yeah.
That's fresh seafood. I'll take it every meal.
Yeah, I probably get, when we go out to eat, I probably get seafood 70 to 80% of the time.
Do you have to trust the place?
Well, yeah, if I'm in like I don't know,
like what if
Memphis,
you're in a beach town?
If I'm in Memphis, I'm not ordering the crab legs or anything like
ribs.
that.
You get the ribs,
exactly. Yeah, I was very big on that.
No, gotta
like
love
in
that.
Portland, I had the best cioppino, right, Coach? You know what cioppino is?
What's cioppino?
It's a seafood like soup.
Oh, really?
And it is delicious. Yeah, Portland had the best
cioppino.
Yeah, I believe
Is it like a? Is it like a?
It's not like a soup.
like a bisque?
It's like a. No. It's basically seafood with kind of a soup around it. So it's a lot of you'll have scallops in there, some crabs.
Okay, have you ever done the boil? Low country boil?
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't like that. My friends love it.
Oh, I do.
Coach, have you ever done a low country boil?
I have not.
It's like crabs. They put in crab and other mussels and stuff like that.
Little sausage,
but they
some
throw in
corn.
sausage, corn, potatoes.
Yeah,
and they make it, and it's almost like it's almost like you're eating like a stew of some sort. I just am very weird with.
No, you don't like it?
Nah.
Oh, I love it.
Nah, not a fan of that one. Low country boil's big though. South Carolina.
Sounds good.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
For Christmas,
not a boil guy, huh?
Okay, no, not boil guy. No.
For Christmas, my parents bought me a sushi maker, and I've been doing.
What do you
as
mean
talk about seafood? I've been doing a lot of crab and lobster sushi as I'm learning how to make it.
Okay, how do you are you talking? You've learned how to roll the rice and stuff?
Yeah, it's a maker where you put all the rice. You have to steam your rice, and, separately, and then once you do all that, the piece of equipment is two-sided, and you pack your rice, you pack all of whatever you're putting inside the sushi in, and then you close it, and
it makes a roll.
And it makes a roll.
You and Cam love sushi.
I love it.
No one cares.
Just don't feed it to the cat, Coach.
Jeez, man.
Don't feed it to the cat.
Jack the
You don't
cat.
have to worry about Coach doing that.
Yeah, don't do that. Hey, there's a brand new wing in town at your local PJ's. It's called the Chili Cumin Wing.
They keep trying, don't they? That's cool.
Are you curious? Visit pjspub.com. I got to try this one.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think the sweet chili is one of my favorite wings that they have. So the hot honey, the sweet chili are two of my favorites. Chili cumin wings. 5 chili cumin wings for just $5
Nice.
during PJ's happy hour. Let's get to it. Nick Sirianni spoke yesterday. Now Bob Cooney speaks for himself.
And now it's time for Bob Cooney's Speak for Yourself. Here's Bob.
Yeah, kind of a tame day from Nick Sirianni yesterday. Maybe he's in playoff mode. Maybe his mind is totally focused on Saturday, so we didn't get a lot of craziness from him. But the first thing he was asked is a topic that we have talked about often, and that's about facing a team for a third time in a season.
I guess you would say that they know us well and we know them well. You know the personnel really well. You know the schemes really well. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both ends of that. We have a process for the second or third time that you play a team that you're trying to go through in that matter. But, it's familiarity, and that can be both good and bad because it's not like we're just familiar with them. They're familiar with us as well.
Yeah, this might be the toughest thing to do in coaching is to face a team a third time because you're trying at times to tell your players something that you believe in a coaching philosophy against that team, and they've seen that team twice and it didn't come to play. Or you're trying to tell them, look, this will work. Trust me on it when maybe it hasn't before. Players are going to have in their mind what is and what isn't, and it's tough for a coach to take that out after seeing a team so many times. So the best thing that Nick Sirianni, I think, has going for him in this Giants game is he simply has the better team. He's got the better
Absolutely.
roster. So
he should. He believe in the roster.
And that does make things a lot easier. All right, he's also asked about shorter practices and rest and, his belief in that from the preseason to now.
Really do like the way we practiced here. Obviously, it's helped us. Now we've had some dings along the way, just like every team, but we feel like we're pretty healthy going into this playoffs, and that's a tribute to all the people that worked to make sure that the play, gave me the information, and I got to make the decision. That's what I feel is best for the team.
When you think about it, they really are pretty healthy going into these playoffs. Okay, you had your dings, but Jalen Hurts is, as you said, John, isn't even on the injury list. Lane Johnson.
You saw where Adam thinks it's bravado.
Yeah, and Lane Johnson, sure. And then, like we said, everybody's nicked up. Lane Johnson says his injury wasn't as bad as first thought. I don't think we're going to see Avonte Maddox for the rest of the year.
So you don't think it's even that?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't on the field yesterday. Did not participate. So I think it's going to be really tough for him to come back, and they're going to have to figure things out. Hopefully, they can do C.J. Gardner-Johnson in that slot at the right times. And there might be a lot of times against the Giants this weekend. We'll see how that plays out. All right, It's his second playoff run, Nick Sirianni, so he has a little bit of familiarity with being a playoff coach, and he was asked about that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was my first environment as a head coach, but really it keeps coming back to the same thing. Just because you're in this moment doesn't mean you change anything about how you go about your business, right? You don't put more emphasis on ball security or taking the ball away, because if you do it now, it wasn't important leading up to it.
I absolutely love that answer. I love the part of him saying, oh, what, now I'm going to say you need to secure the ball because it's the playoffs? No, I've been saying it all year long. It's nothing different now. I love that answer because he believes in the way he was coaching and the way this team played earlier in the year is exactly what they should do now in the playoffs, too. So he's built them to this point. We liked it all year long, the way he went about it, and he's still doing it in the playoffs. So I give him kudos for that one.
I like that answer.
I do.
And as long as he lives it and walks it and everything, then that's a great answer.
And I think he does.
I think he does, too.
I really do.
I don't think there's anything about him that isn't, like, I don't think that Nick Sirianni's out there, oh, wait till I try to sell them this load of crap.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's all out there with him. All right, the last thing we have here is he was asked about Daniel Jones' scrambling ability and how they might handle that on Saturday.
Well, shoot, the good thing is they got a lot of reps versus a guy like Hurts. So Jones is dangerous in the pocket. And when he gets out of the pocket, he's really playing really good football. He's continuing to get better. Hats off to him and that coaching staff for allowing that to happen. And so we feel like we got a lot of good reps at it, but we know also that he obviously how dangerous he is and how good we're going to have to be to do the things we need to do to be successful in this game against Daniel.
It might be the thing that concerns me most about this Giants game is the scrambling ability of Daniel Jones. We've seen it here before. He almost had an 80-yard touchdown run until a sniper got him in the back of the calf or whatever.
That was that was the best.
But for some reason, a running quarterback or a guy who has the ability to run against the Eagles always concerns me.
I think it concerns every fan base, right?
Yeah, and this Eagles team a lot of times has been, now Brandon Graham's really good at not allowing it to happen, but a lot of times this team gets beat on misdirection. And it'll take a few times before they figure it out. Well, when you have a running quarterback like that, it wouldn't surprise me if they throw a couple of plays early on where Daniel Jones is misdirecting a run, where the line is going one way, they fake one way, and he comes back the other to make sure that the Eagles are securing that edge. And it's up to Josh Sweat. I think Brandon Graham's very good at doing it, but you have to make sure you set that edge against Daniel Jones all the time.
Here's one thing I saw with Daniel Jones on Sunday, though. He looked incredibly comfortable.
He controlled
looked so
that
comfortable.
game.
I don't think he's going to look comfortable Saturday night. I think he's going to look uncomfortable from the very first series.
It's up to the Eagles to make that happen,
Yes,
right?
and
You're exactly right.
And they terrorized him. That game up at the, what do they call it? I was going to say
MetLife.
MetLife, not Meadowlands. That game at the Meadowlands, they made him look terrible. He was shaking his head. He was doing the Eli Manning thing.
Yeah.
Remember when Eli Manning used to do the bitter beer face coming off against the Eagles? He would be like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
And it was just over and over. They were relentless. That's where I think it could be relentless again.
I hope so. I hope so, because you need that. You can't allow him to get comfortable. You can't allow him to throw, which he did a lot against Minnesota. Just the little normal things, the 8 to 10-yard passes, which the Eagles are suspect at defending against. I don't want to see that. I want to see press coverage. I want to see physicality. I don't want to allow him to get comfortable with a 8 for 10 start or a 9 for 10 start. I don't want to see that.
We get ready for the Sixers have already, by the way, won last night, and it's one of the things we don't want to gloss over this one. Sixers 3-0 on their West Coast trip, and they have 2 more games remaining and 2 tricky spots, as you talk about. Going to Portland and then playing Sacramento, who's an upstart. Like, the Sacramento Kings are one of the surprise stories of the NBA this year. As far as, there were a lot of people who thought they'd sneak into the playoffs this year and be a playoff team. Now they're trying to set themselves up to be able to be, above the play-in line and be one of those teams. But a 3-0 start in this, I don't care who you're playing, going out west, that was damn good last night. And Joel Embiid talked about it after the game. And he says, I'm not sure why I always play well in L.A., but I certainly tend to play well in L.A.
I don't know. I mean, you could say the same thing about the Bulls, the Knicks. I got a good record against them too, but I don't know. We're just coming out here, to try to take care of business, especially in LA. It has a history of, for opposing team, the players don't usually play well, so we just wanted to make sure to come out and do it as a team. And, it was a team effort.
It was a team effort. And earlier we played where he was bragging on what it's like playing right now with James Harden.
Yeah. The two of them, I've said it endlessly, and I'm getting more convinced of it every night. James Harden has Joel Embiid playing his best basketball. And I don't say that lightly. I think James Harden has a major hand in what Joel Embiid is doing. And we saw it again last night with the ball movement just all over the place. It's kind of contagious. Even the second unit was doing it. If you have a contested shot, how many times over the years have we seen Sixers pass, nothing really happening, throw it to a guy and just hope he makes a three? That's not the case right now. What it is they're getting open
ball.
threes.
Now
no,
it's not.
It's really good basketball. And last night your bench did a very, very nice job of holding on to that game when Embiid and Harden were out. Harden, I think that heel's bothering him a little bit more. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't go against Portland. He didn't look all that much himself last night. But then you just rely on a Joel Embiid to go out and get you 41. And like Pat said, it's becoming so more obvious. You just expect him to get 35 to 40 a night, and it's not even eyebrow-raising at all.
Just ho-hum.
Yeah, right?
Did it
Another
again.
40-point performance, 2 blocks, 11 boards, ho-hum.
Well, we don't like ho-hum. We like it edgy and interesting. That's why we like Pat's takes.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Patrick?
How are you?
Hi, Pat.
Okay, so let's start out in the world of the NFL. Some athletes, they'll have their women that they hook up with sign NDAs. You've got Derek Jeter giving out gift baskets. You've got others that just simply don't care. And then you've got Tom Brady, who seems to have his significant others sign a blood pact. So I'll take you back to 2012 when the Patriots lost to the Giants and Eli Manning for the second time in the Super Bowl. As Brady's then-wife Gisele Bündchen was being serenaded with chants of "Eli owns your husband," she had enough and was caught yelling, "My husband cannot throw the ball and catch the ball." Horrible impression. I
thought it was pretty good.
Wasn't great.
Gisele.
She put the blame solely on Brady's teammates. But fast forward 11 years later, sadly, Brady and Gisele are no more. You hate to see love die, but it happens. Tom wasted little time replacing Gisele with another young model. Her name is Veronica with a K. That's how you know.
Oh, that's kinky. Interesting, yeah.
Veronica Rayak, and she picked up the torch from Gisele because after the Bucs lost to the Cowboys in rough fashion, Rayak took to Instagram to defend her man. Quote, "I'm sorry, but one guy cannot play for everyone on the field. TB, you did you. You're the best, like always. But one piece of the puzzle doesn't make the puzzle."
You just use the Addie voice that Jamie uses.
Yeah, it's like the Valley Girl-ish voice. It's just what I envision.
Not bad.
That's what I envision most Instagram models to sound like. And then she includes the fortune cookie wisdom there about the puzzle.
Yes, exactly.
Brady's teammates took offense to that, and cameras caught an extremely awkward interaction during the post-game, not celebration, but I guess the funeral. Here's how it sounded.
Who are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you. So why don't you back it off, all right? And stop with the Inquisition.
That's how you talk?
You know what? I don't have to answer to you. You ain't my bitch.
You shouldn't even be hanging out with this pervert.
I don't hang out with him. I work with him, and that's it. I tried to introduce him to a few nice people. He made a fool of himself. I don't mess with him, baby. That's not me.
You should keep your hoe on a leash.
Oh, bro, I can't let you.
Hey.
Can't let you be talking to my woman like that, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Is running wild, man.
Yeah, it got...
Wow, that got heated.
It got awkward. It got contentious. And it's probably a good sign that Brady won't be back with the Bucs. So Brady has basically replaced Gisele with a younger version, about 10 years younger. So next time your wife complains about anything you've done, even if you hold some blame in it, just tell her that you could easily do what Brady did.
A younger version.
Yes.
Okay, version. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
I just looked her up. She's not hard to look at.
No, she isn't.
No. Good work, Tom? I don't know.
Shocking that Tom.
That's really shocking that the 46-year-old man with tens of millions of dollars has a hot girlfriend.
Yeah,
good point.
Blown away. All right, now, gentlemen, when teams jump out to big leads, you'll usually see the live line change on betting sites.
Yes.
Suddenly that team that was minus 120 to win the game is minus 500 because they've been up by 14 points.
Okay.
So when you bet $5 to win one, doesn't seem like it's worth it for some, but then for others, it's just an easy way to make money. After all, teams rarely blow leads when they're up big. So while most of the public will ignore it, some savvy bettors hop on and make some easy cash. One such fan did that this past weekend. With a 98.9% chance to win the bet, the gambler took to his app. He bet $1.4 million on the Chargers.
What? Wait a minute. 1.4 million?
1.4 million on the Chargers, who at the time were up 27 points. They were minus 1250 favorites in the game.
What does that win
to
him?
win. I'll get to that. All the Chargers had to do was not to blow the third largest playoff collapse in history.
Oh my gosh.
If they did that, then they would win Gary Gambler $11,200. But then Doug Peterson let him drag.
Oh my gosh.
Put it on the table. Suddenly the lead went from 27-0 to 27-7, 27-14, 27-14. But then, hey, no worries. Chargers hit a field goal. We're back up 30-14. Those would be the final points that they scored.
Oh
Jags
my
rattled
gosh.
off 17 unanswered points to win. Cost the bettor $1.4 million. Look, folks, this is a great reminder. If you're having a bad day, a bad week, even a bad month, you didn't lose $1.4 million on something that was a 98.9% lock.
Trying to win 11,000.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Bad day.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
it
that's a
wasn't real
bad
smart.
beat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very,
man,
very,
that's
very,
bad.
very bad beat. And then finally, today in history, 1896, first college basketball game. There you go, Bobby.
It was
Bobby
good.
perked up.
Bob, was it good?
Oh, it was a good game.
Five players on each side took place. University of Iowa defeated the University of Chicago. Any guesses on the final score?
Yeah, it was. If I remember, it was 18-14.
I'm going to go 32-28.
Bob wasn't far off. I'll give him a pass. It was a while ago. 15-12.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
In 1958, Willie O'Ree broke the color barrier in the NHL.
No, Willie, good man.
1963, Al Davis became the GM and head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
Jeez.
In 1996, MLB owners voted to approve interleague play.
Interleague play.
And then this is where it gets negative, guys. I apologize to end on a sour note, but in 04, Eagles lost to the Panthers 14-3 in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, my gosh.
09, Cardinals beat the Eagles 32-25 in the NFC Championship game.
Pat, come on.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
To end on a positive note, you didn't lose $1.4 million
Hey, that
today.
is. That is
Had a way to
see?
bounce back. Attaboy.
That is, you laid it out there right there. I don't have $1.4 million to lose. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say a lot of our listeners don't have $1.4 million
that's
to lose.
ridiculous. Yeah, but ridiculous that you would to make 11,000.
For those of our listeners that do have $1.4 million to lose, my Venmo is on my Twitter account.
And by the way, that's going to be a transaction that is taxed.
Yeah,
It's
right?
going to be taxed because you're winning 11,000, so it's
Yeah.
going to be taxed.
Now,
I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's just stupid.
To defend him a little bit, the third largest collapse, you're not banking on that.
No, I understand, but you're also there's nothing. It's
I mean,
not worth risking.
11,000?
And you're going to pay taxes on it because you're going to be taxed immediately. My guess is you're going to be in a bad situation because if you have $1.4 million on your betting app,
Yeah.
you most likely are in a very high tax bracket. That's bad.
Do you imagine your wife like looking over, honey, what's this credit card? $1.4 million to
Oh my
Bet
gosh.
MGM? Can you explain that one?
Jeez. That is terrible. That is
Well, honey,
terrible.
they had a 98.9% chance. There's no way they lost.
My gosh.
Unfortunately, they lost.
Nick Sirianni has to change all of our memories because this manager can't. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You know, there are a lot of appliances in your home, and you count on them all. And I'm talking about your water heater. Your water heater makes sure that you have hot water for your showers, for your laundry, for your dishwasher. Maybe you just want to be able to take a nice hot shave. I know that Bradford White Water Heater is here for you. It's a great team player, and it gives you performance and a reliability that you can count on day after day. And if your water heater has not done its job, then you usually meet it when it's exploded. Maybe it's been in your house for 12, 13 years, and all of a sudden it springs a leak. You need a new one. And you need comfort. You need convenience. You need dependability. You need performance. What you need is Bradford White. Because Bradford White will install a water heater for you that is built to be the best. And it is installed by a plumbing and installation professional near you that will make sure it is at peak efficiency. So go visit BradfordWhite.com. You want to make this change out now. How you heat your hot water, it matters. Choose Bradford White. They're the best.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details. All offers on approved credit. Plus tax 452.
New year, new car.
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess.
Easy, boy. Here we go.
New year, new car.
And they're off.
World famous Gary Barberas is storming out of the gate, and you can too in America's favorite from $12,990. Yes, from $12,990.
It's our first sale of the year with Jeeps Cheap. And that's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera. Boy, I guess.
Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap.
Oh yeah, DallasStillSucks.com. New year, new car. It's our first sale of the year. Going Cherokee.
Crazy? Shop rows and rows of Borbeck in the Boulevard. Jeeps cheap. Just $199 down for only $199 a month.
Right, Birds coach Nick?
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess. Go Birds. DallasStillSucks.com.
Every small business owner knows business can happen anytime, anywhere. The office, the warehouse, or on the road. And no matter where it takes you, there's one solution to help your business thrive. Comcast Business Complete Connectivity. It's the largest, fastest, reliable network with advanced gig speed Wi-Fi and cyber threat protection in one solution. Get started with internet for just $49 a month. Plus, add Comcast Business Mobile and you can save up to 60% a year on your wireless bill. And ask how to get up to $1,000 in prepaid cards.
Flight 291 is down.
Yep, you're going places. And when you get there, be ready to do business. The complete connectivity solution from the company that powers more small businesses than any other provider. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/21/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New 50 megabits per second internet. Customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Gig internet required for gig Wi-Fi. Mobile savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers.
The postseason has finally arrived, and I'm excited. Kick off football playoffs with BetRivers Online Sportsbook. BetRivers is your go-to sportsbook for all things football this playoff season. Celebrate this weekend with our playoffs first TD this weekend for the divisional round. The fun will continue throughout the rest of the playoffs with tons of new offers and specials. Log on to BetRivers.com or download the BetRivers app today to get in on all the action. It's a whole new game. And of course, you have your local Birds playing at home in their first playoff game. Hopefully, it won't be the last one. Head to BetRivers.com or download the BetRivers app today to get in on all the action. At BetRivers, it's a whole new game. You must be 21 or older and in Pennsylvania to play. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back via store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of an LG wash tower with ultra-large capacity, serving up a powerful yet gentle clean in just 29 minutes. Making this the sound of savings on the best appliance brands. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off the LG wash tower with ultra-large capacity and reduced wash time. Pricing valid January 5th through January 25th, 2023. Gas Dryer Extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hey, it's Cuz. Start this new year off right. Lose that weight with NJ Diet. Schedule a consult at njdiet.com. You'll shed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet, all natural. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Locations: Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware. Live online video consultations from your house. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Rally House.
Shop every team in town, college and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
It's playoffs time, Philly. Rally House has the Eagles gear you're looking for, including official postseason gear in the latest styles. Go Birds!
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Gear up in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
The NFL playoffs are heating up. And with FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, every play is a rush. New customers join today and bet the divisional round with $150 in free bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So sign up with promo code Bob. What do you want to do? I don't know. Maybe you want to go with the money lines or the point spreads. We all love our player props, and I think the home team's going to score a lot of points this weekend, so you might want to look at some of those guys. And you can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with a same-game parlay, all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Football fans, don't miss out. Place your first $5 bet to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code Bob. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
O'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. I think you knew that, though. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to Bagster.com. Ready to roll? We are getting closer and closer to game day. What's it? 24, 48, 72, plus another 12. We're like 83 hours. Around 83 hours away to game time.
It's going to be the slowest 83 hours of my life.
Oh, my gosh. Can you believe it's still 83 hours away? No, I know you can. I know you can. How are you planning on you want to talk about this earlier today. How do you plan on watching the game Saturday night after we're done with the pregame?
It's funny talking to some of my friends yesterday. One of them was saying, I really got to plan it out because you can't get to a bar to watch it at 7 because he goes out every Saturday night, he and his wife. He's like, you can't get to a bar at 7:30 for an 8 o'clock game because you're not going to get it. He's like, so I got to get out earlier, but I don't want to be sitting around drinking all that long because, I want to watch the game and all those things. And then other guys are like, well, I just want to sit home and watch it. Or others are, one of my other friends was like, yeah, let's get together and watch it, but not too many people, just about,
Keep it small.
Yeah,
right.
Keep it smaller. So how do you if you're not at a game, how do you have to watch it? Do you have to, or most want to watch it? Is it down in your basement watching it by yourself?
Is it Eagles game?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't mind being surrounded by people that I know. Like I know some of my cousins. I know my brother. I know my buddy Joe. I know Mark, my next door neighbor. They've all been put under the test already. I can watch an Eagles game with them, and they watch the game.
Yeah.
They don't start talking about, hey, did you know that, like, this week my kid in school, or, by the way, what about the wives wanting to do that? I will literally watch people watch a game and say, okay, they let me watch a game, and they enjoy it too. So they've passed a test already. There are people that I can't watch games with because they want to go, like, off topic. They want to I'm too. Eagles games are different. If I'm watching another team that I'm not rooting for, I'm fine. I can watch it with anybody anyway. Go to a bar, whatever. But I would rather watch it But if it's a home Eagles game, and I did it, and my buddy Paul and his wife Ann are coming up from Atlanta this weekend, and Paul sort of ran our Eagles club in Atlanta, where we had 100-some people that would get together and watch every Eagles game. And he's coming up for the game because we would go to every home Eagles playoff game while we lived down there. We'd get on a plane, come up here, and be here for it. So I want to be in the stadium for the big game would be my preference. Eagles, want to be there. absolutely don't want to watch it on TV if I have a choice.
I can watch it anywhere except a bar.
Why not the bar? Too busy?
Too much. Yeah, I need to be in a more controlled element. I need to be able to hear when I want to hear. Yeah, it could be the view. Just too many people around now. Now, we used to, in my old neighborhood, it was great. For Sunday Eagle games, we would take turns. And we're talking about, 5 families with all the kids. So we're talking about 30, 35 people every week watching an Eagles game together. So it was
one person's time to host.
Right. And, we would take turns and we'd bring all the food. Now, that was great because everybody was into it. And the kids that weren't maybe not into it, they would go outside and play and go outside and do something. So it wasn't a distraction because everybody was into it. But, no, I don't know why. Going to a bar to watch an important game, and all Eagles games are important. No, I just can't do it.
I'd rather go watch. Now, if Christina says Sunday afternoon, let's go to PJ's and have an early dinner and watch the Cowboys and the 49ers first half, I'm in.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have to watch it the same way I watch an Eagles game.
No. I just don't feel like I'm fully invested.
No, I want to watch it in my own controlled environment. And yesterday, it's weird that you brought this up. Because yesterday, my wife said, well, what if the Eagles go to the big game, go to the Super Bowl? Where would you want to watch it? What would be the plan? And I know that because we don't know what we're officially doing yet as a show and everything like that. But I would not want to be out in public to watch the Super Bowl if the Eagles were in it.
No.
Or the NFC title game if the Eagles were in it. I'll go to a game. I'll go to the game itself. But I don't want to watch it necessarily at a bar.
No.
Rather than that.
No. I just can't do it. I haven't even thought about if they make the Super Bowl.
Oh God! Well, that's what she brought up yesterday and was like, "Well, what are we going to do?"
But I think
is it just going to be you and I? Like she goes, "Is it just going to be you and I? Or are we going to?"
I've thought about it a lot.
You've already thought about it?
Yeah.
Pat, what do you say?
No,
first off, what do you say for like a divisional playoff game? Is that different?
By myself.
You need to be by yourself.
I need to be a man tortured by his thoughts.
Okay.
Bars are miserable for me watching a game wise, because as you said, if I don't care about the game, I can watch.
Yes,
the game
exactly. Right.
If I care about the game, there's always somebody around there that wants to give you analysis that's the worst analysis in the world.
Oh, I hate it.
And because it's a crowded bar, you can't get away because you've already weaseled into a spot. So you got to listen to this, jackass breakdown
every single play
to impress his girlfriend, and he does it loudly. No, I'm good on that. Friends, I don't mind, but yeah, I'm kind of like you, John. Like it depends on who they are.
Like there's certain friends that I love, people that I love that I know I would not want to watch an Eagles game with. It's too important to me that it would come into, well, what about what the HOA's doing? Or what about or how's Liv doing at Temple?
If you're looking more forward to the halftime show,
that can't happen.
I'm out.
Yeah,
if you're going to watch commercials, I'm out.
So we have so many pockets of friends, right? There's just so many different groups. I think there's only one real group that I'd want to watch the game with, and that's my boys and their families.
Now, last time they were in the Super Bowl, your wife suffered a loss. Her dad died that week. So that sort of took one of the biggest events in sports history that you'd share as a family, and you guys had something else that was sort of hovering over it.
Yeah, and he wasn't an Eagles fan and always made fun of me about being an Eagles fan. Yeah, so the bastard died before he could watch me watch the Eagles. And worse yet, we were trying to decide when to have the funeral, and my mother-in-law, God bless her, and my wife are both, saying to me, can you find out when the parade is? Because we don't want to have the two. And I was like, I'm trying. I really can't, but go on Thursday. We should be okay.
Right.
And sure enough, they had the parade on Thursday.
That's incredible.
So he got both of his things on his way out. He didn't watch me watch the Eagles win a Super Bowl, and he didn't let me get to the parade.
That's why I always go for the Saturday funeral. And that was a Betty thing. Betty said to me, and she knew that she was terminal. So my mom knew she was going to die, and she died fairly quickly. But when she still had all her faculties, she said, remember, Saturday funeral, put me on ice. I don't care. I'm already going to be in my eternal resting place. Don't inconvenience people having to take off work or do anything. Saturday funeral. So I made sure to have it be a Saturday funeral. And she's literally like giving me the rules on the way out. Here's what you're going to do.
As well she should.
And she said, and it better be a party. You better throw a party. It better not be. And I warned everybody at the funeral, if you're crying for you. Because that's what she said. If you cry, you're crying for you. Because don't cry for me. Because I'm very, I've lived a good life, and I'm very glad to be getting some eternal rest. So there was the end. Hey, at Jefferson Health, there are more than 12,000 caregivers. They push beyond what's possible. It is health care that's rooted in care. Jefferson Health provides uncompromising care. I got to tell you, I'm anxious today as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. It's a big Southern reference there.
Yeah.
My first class tonight.
Oh.
And I have had a goal to be a college professor for a long time. And tonight's my first class. And it's weird because last night Christina goes, "You're actually anxious." She said, "You never are anxious." She said, "I've watched you address," she goes, "I've watched you do a speaking engagement to 3 to 5,000 people and never been, you weren't nervous at all." She goes, "You're a little anxious." I said, "I am." I said, there's something you set a goal on to do, and then you get a chance to realize it. I'm very excited, but I got to tell you, I'm anxious. And I'm shocked because I didn't expect to be anxious. Because I've literally planned for this.
Care.
I planned for this for like 5 years, though. For like at least 5 years, I've wanted to, I've planned out what would I talk to the kids about, what would be the curriculum, how would it go. And it's weird is that now that the night's finally here, I feel it in my stomach.
What do you tell the kids to call you?
John.
Okay.
I've already said that. I'm John.
All right.
There's no need. I don't need anything. I'm an adjunct professor, so I am not the the professor that they have to deal with that has been through a lot of all the schooling and everything like that. I'm the real life professor.
And what's the name of your class?
It is talk radio.
Oh.
So it's talk radio.
Right.
Now I got from what I can tell, I've got a grouping of students that are interested in it, not sports-wise, and I got a ton of sports people. So a ton of sports kids, and we got around 80% guys and around 20% ladies. So in the class. Yeah, it's a good mix. It is a good one. But I'm shocked because I did not expect to be anxious about it. Because I planned for this for so long. Everything's planned.
Pat, you going to video this?
What, the class?
Yeah. We need video of John's first class.
I was having a conversation with Olivia, John's daughter, at the Sixers game. And she brought up, your class is how long?
It's 2.5 hours on the books.
And she told me that you were planning on keeping the kids 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I said between 2 and 2.5.
They get a break.
Between 2 and 2.5.
You give them a 10-minute break at some point.
Oh no, they're gonna have a nice little. It's gonna be different than any. I promise you this. It'll be different than any class they've ever taken.
Try to make it closer to 2 hours.
That's fine.
Try to make it closer to an hour and a half.
What do you take out the break? Wait, what were you saying? Take out a break?
I think the kids would probably rather take out the break and get out of there earlier than have the break.
Well, here's where
But I would give them the option.
Well, here's where Liv and you are both totally like off base because right on my first night thing, I have, do you want a break or do you want to just go straight through and get out of here faster?
We're not off base.
Well, it is because I
just told you give them the option. And
but I said but I was already doing that. That's already been in my plan forever.
Okay.
But my daughter's like, Dad, I've had other things. You have to do this. You have to give them it. And I'm like, Liv, I've planned for this for a while.
Yeah, they're adults. If they want to go to the bathroom, they can get up and go to the bathroom.
And that's what I said. And that's the kind of thing is that if you got to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
Every 3-hour lecture I had, we would usually stay about an hour and a half.
Well, here's the one.
It was once a week, and it was 3 hours. It was supposed to be 3 hours. The only time we ever stayed 3 hours was when the administrator would sit in on the class. But other than that, but it's just like a hidden secret.
Well, here's the one thing, though, is lecture, too.
It was different.
This class is not a lecture. This class is interactive, completely interactive from beginning to end. And it has a special element of drop-ins via video, people dropping in via video that you don't know are going to be coming. It has a graded project in every single class where you can just literally get that 3-foot, 5-foot putt if you've been a part of things and you're interactive and everything, that will be done while we're in class.
That's not bad.
How about a no homework class? You like that?
Well, I mean, it's college. There's rarely homework in college.
No, surprisingly, though, Liv's got a lot.
I never had home. Well,
a lot of she has assignments. This
is probably why I didn't get in Temple.
She goes, I've got my assignments for the next 6 weeks or 8 weeks on a syllabus. I'm like, look, we're producing the kids in the class are going to learn to produce content in class that has to be done in 20 minutes. How about Pat? One of them is Andrew Salchunas just vomited and has to leave.
Not the first time we've had someone here at the station vomit on air.
And Cuz needs somebody to do the sports update in the 60-second sports update in just 20 minutes.
Go.
Here's your advertiser. Write your sports update. Record it for me.
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Yeah, that's good. Making them think on their feet and stuff like that.
That's
that
the kind of
keeps them
stuff you
alive.
do.
Yeah, you can't bore them at all.
And plus special guests. I have a special teaching assistant that
Nice.
also
You have
too
a TA.
will pop in. A very famous one will be popping in, and he's recorded some messages for the students to help.
What time does your class start?
5:30.
Oh, okay, good. It's a good time then.
It's 5:30.
Kids can go to your class and then leave and make the basketball game if they're home that
and
night.
if they wanted to and go across, which hopefully they do. So, but I got to tell you, I'm shocked that I'm a little.
You're nervous. I totally get it.
It's a nervous energy.
I've talked about this before on air. I had to give a best man speech one time, and I spent the entire wedding
stressing about it.
Stressing about it, and I had other people in the wedding party like, you're on the radio. How are you scared of this?
But
I had to explain. Well, when I'm on the radio, I'm talking to. And the way I don't know how you guys do it, but the way I always think about it is I'm just talking to you guys.
Right.
You kind of forget about the thousands of people out there that might be listening. Whereas when I'm in a room full of people, it's completely different. Like, are these jokes going to hit?
Yeah, I get. Well, it's weird.
Terrified.
I got it. One of my old coworkers is watching right now, and he says, "I saw you address 12,000 people once." He said, "Why would you be nervous about approaching 25?" And I guess it's because it's something I've never done. I've spoken in front of a group before.
You didn't care about those 12,000 people. You care about these Temple students.
Yeah, we'll see, these kids. Now, Stacy is a teacher. Stacy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, John?
Very good, Stace, but it's first night of class, so I'm a little anxious.
I know, but you're going to be great. I mean, it's your first time, and that you always get the jitters. I did the first time when I taught a course at Temple, but you'll get to know the kids, and it'll be great. It'll be a great experience for you.
Give me like one pointer. Just give me one, like your best pointer to a new professor, a new adjunct.
Try to be as down to earth as possible with them.
Well, we're gonna. I think I've got that planned out pretty well, so it'll be good. I think that'll be good. As far as and I have a lot of graduating seniors in the spring.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Yeah, so I think I'll be able to have their attention on my agenda is get them hired. Find ways to get them
get them high.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Stace, thank you. Hope to see you on campus sometime. Cousin Ryan's chiming in. Ryan.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to call and say, you know what? You're nervous because you're invested. You care about this. You've done your work. Your syllabus isn't written in crayon. You're going to do fantastic. Just take a big deep breath and be yourself.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do that. And by the way, you heard earlier, you were on my approved, Cousin Ryan's on the approved Kincade Eagles game viewing list. Like he's welcome anytime.
You have a list?
Yeah, because he watches the game. Ryan doesn't.
Okay,
Ryan doesn't need to. Ryan doesn't need to get into like side conversations about what's going on with other cousins and things like. He watches the game. So Ryan's on the approved list for the Kincade.
Congratulations, Ryan.
I win.
You do.
Win. Thank you, buddy.
Or do you?
Love you, Ryan. He does.
He's the man.
Yes, he does. He does win. It's just it's a little interesting. I'm looking forward to it tonight. The last memory for yesterday for Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson had an amazing season. And it seems a little unfair that the last memory of that amazing season was a astronomical gaffe and taking out Zach Wheeler and deciding to potentially lose the World Series on a lesser arm. And Jose Alvarado, I'm not trying to be dismissive or rude, but you didn't go with your best. And I think that it's sort of bad, though, because if I'm looking at the job Rob Thompson did, Bob, my jaw drops. at what he did when he took over a team that was 22-29 and brought them to the 6th game of the World Series.
Yeah.
But the last memory is that. Last year's last memory of what was a great year for Nick Sirianni was that crap show that we witnessed in Tampa. That can't happen in the first round. That can't happen for Nick Sirianni this year. It cannot. They cannot allow it, the last memory of this year, to be a divisional playoff loss when you had home field, when you went 14-3. It can't be.
Yeah, and I don't think it will. If it does, where does it go? I mean, is there talk of it? Like, oh, God, is this guy made for this? Is he?
I guarantee you they'll be talking.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And that's maybe not fair.
Yeah, I just don't see what would add up to the Eagles not winning this game on Sunday. Now, you can look at, if they get 3 or more turnovers, like Shefty said, talking about turnovers, of course that can ruin a game.
Sure.
Or it can change a game. But I just think if the Eagles play their good, normal game, air quotes, normal game, that they shouldn't have a problem winning this football game.
I don't expect them to. But it is weird is that I feel sort of bad, Pat, that Rob Thompson, I don't ever want Rob Thompson, there's no reason to say a bad word about him.
No, I won't.
But that decision at the end of the series, it does make a difference. It was a huge mistake. A huge error.
I think when you lose any championship, you're going to hyper-focus on the one decision that probably led to them losing. And that was it.
Okay.
You're not gonna focus on the good. It was the decision that ultimately lost them the game, that lost them the championship. He had pressed the right buttons 90% of the time.
No matter,
it's going to happen. I said it yesterday. Eventually, you press the wrong button and it ends up being the detonation code.
He managed the type of the way he managed that World Series. No matter what, the focus was going to come back to him. I think whether they won, whether they lost, it was going to come back to him because he was putting himself out there as a manager. He was making moves that we were all like, "Whoa, okay." Great, he's doing this and it's working, but we were questioning it. So had they won it, it might have been a move similar to the one we saw. Had they lost it, the move that we remember, the one that we saw. You know, he just put himself out there as a manager, I think.
I would also say and raise my hand to say that many, many times the moves he made, I questioned and they were right.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're in the majority there.
And I don't think, though, that necessarily means that my critique of his moves was wrong.
No.
It just worked out. The move he made worked out. And it was against conventional wisdom. I love how Rob Thompson manages. I consider him a different leader than Nick Sirianni, but Nick Sirianni just has sucked me in. He literally is. And to me, and I guess it's from doing this job as long as I have. When I see the players and I hear the players sing a guy's praises, especially a young coach, and they publicly are just like banging the drum for him. I've watched many, many young coaches, first-time coaches, take over teams. I saw Jim Mara in Atlanta, Dan Quinn, and the veterans in the locker room were not stumping for them. It was more prove it to me, show it to me. They love Nick Sirianni and his staff, and they've bought into him completely. And to me, they know, Pat, they know so much more than I do. That means I should buy in.
We all found it corny when he first got to town with the pandering and stuff, and it was corny.
Yes.
We also made mention of the fact that it seemed like it was winning over the players, but then they started losing the games, and I remember
2-5
saying, yeah, it's all good when before the game started. They end up losing the games. Let's see what happens. You visibly saw Jason Kelce and no weight on the sidelines. Fletcher Cox saying, I don't know how I fit in this scheme. The fact that Nick Sirianni changed his entire philosophy, I think, was what makes him so different from most young coaches. Because some young coaches do come in and they're players' coaches. But I don't remember a lot of coaches that will flip their entire philosophy mid-season and have the wherewithal and just put their
lack of ego,
yeah,
right?
The lack of ego. And that's exactly what it is. And the ego has been so many coaches, GMs, owners' downfall in sports. And Nick Sirianni put it to the side for a season and ended up going to the playoffs.
He's won me over because I had severe doubts, and but his players all bought in.
Yeah,
and that's the key.
I think his coaching came about secondary to his relatability with players. I think his relatability to players helped his coaching a great amount.
Well, he's done a fantastic job. And look, hey, we have so much coming your way. We still got to get to in the final stretch of the morning. Presented by Stretch Zone. If you want to relieve sore muscles, increase your flexibility and range of motion, book your free 30-minute stretch session today. Go to stretchzone.com. And we got another big game we'll watch for on Sunday. We'll talk about that. Plus, are the Sixers ready to go on this kind of run? It's the John Kincade Show. Thanks for being with us here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's home show season. So right now you're thinking about ways you can improve your home. What if I told you can go to a home show right by using your smartphone? Go to windownation.com/home show, and you can use their free virtual visualizer. You upload a picture of your house, and then you can literally insert window options all over the place. Every size, every style, every color, and you can see how they could drastically change the look of your home. You're going to love it. And you're going to save up to 30% on your heating bills in the wintertime, and in the summer, it's going to do the same for you. It's going to keep that cool air in. You want new windows. You want to raise the property value of your home, but more importantly, take advantage of this deal. You buy 2, you get 2 free. That's a great deal. Plus, you're also going to get 0 interest for 60 months. 0% financing for 60 months. Go to windownation.com/home show and take advantage of it. That's 866-90Nation or online at windownation.com/home show.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
The NFL playoff action continues. We're one step closer to Super Bowl 57. And for the NFL divisional round, check out DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, all new and existing customers can take a shot at an even bigger payout with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. You know I love these. Boost your NFL winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL divisional round and get $200 in free bets instantly, only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code FANATIC. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with Spring Garden Lending's president, Andy Racklin.
Good to be back, Anthony.
Listen up, real estate developers and investors. Spring Garden Lending is a private lender specializing in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip.
And remember our 30-year fixed-rate financing and our lines of credit.
Right on, Andy. How's biz?
It's great.
In this environment?
Absolutely. Look, people still need houses they can afford, and that's our business. We support our customers whether the market's up or down.
Man, customers must love you.
We try. We build relationships with customers. We support them even when they're challenged finding financing through traditional sources.
Philly real estate investors, catch this. Spring Garden Lending is in the game to lend.
That's right. We have confidence in this market and our ability to get things done.
Faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. Contact Spring Garden Lending today. Go to springgardenlending.com now.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Join Andrew Salchunas and Tyrone Johnson for 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party at Wicked Wolf in Philadelphia. Watch the birds take flight with the best fans in the country. Corona and Corona Light buckets on special and tons of great prizes. First 100 people get a custom Fanatic football shirt and chance to win a 65-inch TV courtesy of Gerhard's Appliances. 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party presented by Corona.
Live La Vida Más Fina.
For details, visit the event events page on 975thefanatic.com.
Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Must be 21.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back via store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed, and a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
Everyone's up to watch the Birds game, but what happens if watching is all you have the energy to do? Hi, this is Dr. Avi Donapel, founder of Iron Mountain Men's Health. Don't sit on the sidelines and snooze. Call us today for a free consultation. Our team of physicians will create a custom program to treat your ED and low T that's safe, affordable, and effective. Fly like an eagle and schedule your free consultation today at ironmountainmenshealth.com. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health.
Now at Barlow Chevrolet, it pays to switch to Chevrolet. We're excited to announce our Select Market, Loyalty, and Conquest cash incentives are available now. These credits are good for owners of both GM and non-GM vehicles, and they can be applied towards new GM vehicles like the Chevy Silverado, Malibu, or Traverse. Plus, qualified buyers will enjoy an added bonus of great promo rates, including 2.9% for up to 60 months on the Chevy Silverado 1500. Find new roads at Barlow Chevrolet in Delran or online at barlowchevrolet.com.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Hey, if you want to know an easy way to start the new year off strong, I've got 2 words for you. Stretch Zone. It's the year you can finally reduce aches and pains, get greater flexibility, relieving sore muscles. I can promise you this, my weekly visits to Stretch Zone have changed everything for me. They make me much more comfortable when I sleep, and more importantly, my flexibility seems like it's just absolutely taken me back 20 years. I started going to Stretch Zone in September. I love it. You should too, and they get a free stretch to introduce you to the process. Go to stretchzone.com, book a free 30-minute stretch session just by mentioning my name and 97.5 The Fanatic at any of their 10 Delaware Valley locations. You got nothing to risk here. You're going to love it. Ricky Boat went in and he said it was just like he was being stretched out after a major league start. They lay you on a table and their certified staff lets you position, stabilize, and isolate your muscles so you're going to get better range of motion and more. Go to Stretch Zone. Go to stretchzone.com and tell them I sent you.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic, and you know this year you can invest in yourself and your future at CSB Media Arts Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Broadcast media training in months, not years. Schedule your tour today. Visit GoCSB.com.
We got a dilemma on our hands.
What's the dilemma? By the way, one of my hardest words to spell.
Dilemma?
That is correct. I always spell it Dilemna.
Oh, really?
And I have no idea why I do that.
Huh.
Spell it incorrectly all the time.
Wow.
Stupidly.
But here is the dilemma.
What's that?
I saw a tweet, and it was reliable enough that it stuck into my head a little bit, that the Eagles, under Nick Sirianni, when they wear their green tops and white pants, are 10-8.
Mm-hmm.
When they wear any other uniform combination, they're 15-2.
I know that Jalen wants them to wear black.
Oh, is that right? What would you prefer them to wear, or it doesn't? Now, I'm usually the doesn't matter to me type of guy.
Green jerseys.
And white pants?
And white, so that's fine. Whatever. No,
they're 10-8.
I don't care.
Wow, I thought you would.
No.
That's why I brought it up. I thought you'd care.
No, I don't care as far as I don't believe it affects the game. But if Jalen Hurts and his teammates want to wear the black with the black helmets and they're allowed, I'd do that in a second.
Pat, do you care uniform colorage on Saturday?
Don't like the white.
White on
Ultimately, by the way, to answer your question, no, I don't care.
Okay.
My preference would be I love the black jerseys, black on black, but I am in the minority with that.
I think
for me, it goes
green on green.
For me, it goes black on black, then green on green, then white.
I love the green. I love the Eagles midnight green. And the more people that have told me they want the Kelly green back and they'd rather have it back full time, I tend to find almost unanimously it's a lot of people who didn't live through watching the Eagles when they were wearing Kelly green. I love the midnight green because it reminds me of the Eagles being one of the dominant franchises in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't love the color.
See, I love green's my favorite color.
Yeah, well,
it's the color of money.
I went to a high school whose colors are green and white.
And that's a Kelly green too, right?
It's a Kelly green. I like the Kelly green look. I like that a lot.
It is a beautiful look. I like it as the change-off. I'm glad next year that's going to be the change-off.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's just that. That's interesting. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White because Bradford White is here for the pro. Question for you. Any idea the 76ers this morning are now 1/2 game out of the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference despite all the struggles they've had? Do you know what the Celtics were this date last year? What they woke up on January 18th last year? Through 45 games. You know what the Celtics, who ended up winning the Eastern Conference title and who obviously went to the finals, lost in 6 games, and are leading the Eastern Conference this year. Last year on January 18th, through 45 games they had played.
I'll say, since you're bringing this up, 23 and 22.
And you would be correct.
Oh, really?
They were 23 and 22
wow.
last January 18th.
And they wound up with the number 1 seed in the conference.
And they were the number 2 seed.
No, they were 2. I'm sorry,
and then they ended up going to the finals.
They did.
It just goes to show you it's way too early. But the Sixers making this rise up the standings, it's been pretty impressive. Here's the difference, though. Last year, from being 23 and 22, which the Sixers aren't in a hole like that, they went on a tear and finished 28 and 9. Do you think the Sixers, from what they've already done, because they went on a run, what are they, 16 and 4?
Yes.
Okay, they're 16
and
and 4.
20.
Do they have a run in them, or was that their run? Do they have another run? If I was to say to you, Sixers have how many games left? Like
they're just about
like 30.
Yeah, well,
like 30-some games left.
They've played 44, so they
44.
have
So they have
48
left.
No, 38. Whatever 4 is to 38
48
left.
Okay, 38 left. 38 games left. So the Sixers have a 28 and 10 in them the rest of the way.
Well, that would be really hard on top of a 16 and 4.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like the question I'm asking is:
question.
Boston made their run in their last 30 games, 35 games. From this point on is when Boston went on its run and went 28 and 9. Do the Eagles have that kind of run in them?
It's tough. They have a stretch
because they've already had their great run, and I worry that. They've already had their great run. That's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, they have a stretch from early March to late March where they play 15 of 18 games on the road. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous that they have a stretch like that getting it towards the end of the season. Now, it's going to even out, obviously, but that's only going to leave them like 7 games left on the schedule. That's going to make or break them. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the road, 2 at home, 3 on the road, 1 at home, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 more on the road. That's ridiculous.
It's a terrible schedule. And by the way,
and that's the whole reason that they're looking to get
their own stadium.
Exactly.
The Sixers have the worst back-to-back situation in the NBA and have a crappy schedule all because of this.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, and I didn't really know it until it was explained, they're third on the list of priorities down at the Wells Fargo Center is how it was explained to us. Number 1 is the Flyers. Number 2 is events. And then number 3 comes the Sixers. So when they have to hand in their home dates to the NBA, it's very limited. And so that's why this happens.
I just I don't know if Pat, what scares me is I wonder if the Sixers had their great run, being 16 and 4, whether they've already had the great run.
I don't think so. And one of the reasons why is the stat that I brought up on yesterday's show from Rich Hoffman, who does a good job for the Inquirer, about the pick and roll game. And the combination of Joel Embiid and James Harden already leading the NBA in assists, and they've only played 23 games.
Oh, yeah, that's the truth.
And the fact that they are leading the NBA in assists and have played 23 games, that's it. I feel like it's only going to strengthen as time goes on. Now, Bob, you said that James Harden might be out tonight with the heel. He didn't look right last night, but even when he doesn't look right, his ability to facilitate is just so damn impressive. So I don't think the run has already come. I think that we'll see a sustained run. We'll see.
So in the last 38 games, I said, could you see the Sixers going 28-10?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I could.
If they go 28-10, this team's probably going to the finals.
Yeah,
I mean they would be. I think they'd be the top seed in the East. 56 wins.
Yeah,
they'd be the top seed in the East.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if Boston's going to fall. Jason Tatum is playing some unbelievable
really great
basketball.
ball. But I have a feeling they would be, because part of it would be you've got 3 games against Boston.
Yeah.
If you're going 28-10, you're probably winning 2 of those. You never know.
No, you don't. But this is the first that I've seen this on this schedule, that they have 12 out of 15 in March away from home. That is so hard.
And last year was weird, as they were home a lot in March.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. Like, it's just a strange thing, the way that broke out there. So, hey, in Cooney's Corner, he wanted to talk about something earlier today about running everything through Jalen Hurts. And is there a danger?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, because when you look at this Eagles offense, and you say the running game, the passing game, all right, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to run the ball 15 times to be the big part of the running game. Jalen Hurts has to be that threat of running 15 times in order for the Eagles running game to succeed. Now, sometimes he will. Sometimes he'll go 8, 9, 10, upwards of that in the running game that makes it effective. But if he's not that threat, that kind of bites into one aspect of your game. If he's not that threat, it takes away one of the things that he really does well. And if that's not there on Saturday, if we notice early that although they don't have him on the injury report, and although it seems that he's, not to be a concern about how he plays, if we notice on Saturday early that, okay, they don't want him to get hit, they're not putting him out there in the run, can they still win the football game?
Yes. This football game they can.
Okay.
They won't win any others. Season will end the next week.
Yeah,
I think you can win this game, yes.
You can absolutely win this game. The next week I will be concerned.
I'd be severely concerned, and I don't think you would win.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think come the end of the first quarter, Eagles have 2-3 possessions offensively, and you've watched it, and we all text each other and say, oh my God, blank.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to ball out Saturday night. I think that you're going to go, they went with a game plan that put Jalen not at risk, but it was Jalen Hurts' game plan from the Green Bay game, from the Minnesota game, from the Dallas game. I think they are going to play all gas, no brakes.
Okay. Pat, what do you think?
I think that they'll take the training wheels off. I do believe that they've tried to kind of coddle Jalen Hurts the last game for sure.
It's a good word.
I think that they are full steam ahead, because there is no next week if they lose this game. And also you have to give your opponent, if you're going to win this game, you got to give your opponent something to think about. So I don't see a situation of them shying away from design runs, quarterback sneaks, which they did against the Giants in the final week of the season, but it was just, I don't know. It was like he had handcuffs on it. I see them going all out.
I wonder if they outthought us. I wonder if they outthought us and said, yeah, watch what we did the last week. And it was closer than they wanted it to be. And they're going to come out, and it's going to be like Nick Sirianni is with Cousin Eddie at the off-strip casinos in Vegas. He's just pushing all his
rock,
chips.
paper, scissors, shoot.
I think he is going to play this game ultra aggressive. Ultra aggressive.
So you say you think they can win even if they dial Jalen Hurts back. My next question would be, then why wouldn't you?
Because
like Pat said, you can't win the next week without him being all in. And you said it too, John. You said it first, right?
I think it'd be over. I think the
So you
season
have
would
to
be
have
over.
him.
If you have to dial him back this week, then to me, I'm going into it thinking he's not himself. There's something more going on, and San Francisco or Dallas will probably beat them. I'm telling you, I believe that text on Saturday night will be like, wow, the double eyeballs, the fire emoji, whatever it is. You're not a big emoji guy.
No.
You don't really text the
Oh, well,
emojis.
no. I bother Coach with my emojis, remember? He gets all pissed off
thought it
that
was
when I send
eating.
in my stuff.
I thought it was eating that bothers Coach.
That too. But when I send in my stuff, I put, if it's a football topic, I'll put a little football before the topic.
A little football.
And somebody told me it bothers the hell out of you.
No, that's not true.
That's what I was told. I'm just telling you what I was told.
That's not accurate. The
Okay.
Football.
Why
and
do you
the-
hate Bob?
All right, I'll shut my mic off.
No. I want to hear.
The football and the basketball and the baseball stuff, I'm okay with those.
Okay. What did tick you? There was something that bothers
Yeah,
you.
when you put the turd emoji.
Oh, the turd.
And the,
that's-
and
yeah.
the fart emoji.
Is there a fart emoji?
I was like, come on.
I guess it's just wind.
I've never seen that one.
What is that, Bob? What was the wind emoji? What was
That
that,
was-
representing?
Farting, I guess.
Breaking wind?
Yeah, sure. I could read you my topics and come in your office if you like.
That's interesting. I got to tell you this. I'm so confident. And I don't think it's overconfidence because everything that I feel about this game is based in fact.
Yeah. Well,
It's not based in if this happens or if this could happen. Everything that I believe is going to happen in the game has happened numerous times this year.
Yeah,
so I just feel good about it.
It's just the unknown. Like we knew how good Jalen Hurts was playing during the season. We knew that the offense was going to come out and score points. We knew that they were just hot week to week, and they had a variety of ways to beat you. The only thing going into this game that's changed now is we don't know about Jalen Hurts right now.
It does say something though, and even though I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, I think it's. I don't want to say fake, but the injury report thing. The fact that he's not on an injury report, I don't know how much of that is playing games with the Giants or if it's true.
Well, it's obvious that Adam doesn't believe it.
Yeah, I don't really believe it either, but in a way I go, like, you kind of have to. Well, I mean, like, you get in trouble for lying about an injury report. But
it is true. You're right about that.
But John, you said it. How much of this was pressure from Jalen Hurts to go take me off the damn injury report? Like, I'm fine. And I don't even know if he has a say in that. I don't know how it works in the NFL if the player says it or what. But Jalen Hurts strikes me as the guy that will continuously say, "I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good," even though he is dealing with something. So the only person that knows if he's injured or not would be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and shame on the Eagles if they think they're doing one up on somebody. Do you think the Giants sit there and go, "Oh, okay, he's on the injury list, so we're going to prepare a different way than if he wasn't on the injury list"? You know what I'm saying?
Haven't we seen this before out of Nick Sirianni and his crew, though? We've seen a little bit of the gamesmanship going on. I think we saw it leading up to the New Orleans game, leading up to the Dallas game. We saw them wanting to play the little games, make Dallas think that they're preparing for Jalen Hurts that week, make the Saints feel like they're preparing for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, well,
so they're not above it. They're not above the gamesmanship.
But,
and it might see. I don't know how much it works.
Yeah, I don't buy into any of that. I mean, what's going to happen? The Eagles all of a sudden going to throw out Gardner Minshew to start
but they
the game?
got to prepare more. Yeah,
you know.
Now that could get you fined if you have a player that isn't injured and isn't on the injury report and everything, and then they pulled a stunt like that. That can get you fined.
How would that get you fined, though?
You say, look, he looked better in warm-ups than Jalen Hurts did, so I went with my best player. That's what I do as a coach.
You can't put him as injured for the game.
No, you could say I just started him over him.
Right. Well, no, then Hurts is your backup.
Yeah.
They could
What's
do
wrong
that.
with that?
Well, they could do that.
You can put your backup in whenever the hell you want.
Yeah, their backup, but that's the kind of thing they'd have to do. Oh, he pulled a hammy.
He didn't look good in warm-ups, so we kept him out for a couple of series.
Here's the thing, though. If they did that, they don't have to explain themselves till the game's over.
No, they don't.
So it doesn't matter. They got 4 quarters to come up with an excuse on why they did it. Then the reality would probably be, yeah, they wanted to think they were smarter than the room. But it would be a bold strategy to throw Gardner. I like what you're going, Bobby.
No, don't say it.
Yeah, right.
Gardner Minshew.
Hey, Pat, you love the story of Cliff Kingsbury before we get
Why
out of
don't
here.
more coaches do this? This guy is getting paid for 5 years, okay?
I
And
hear
as
you.
Pete
4
Schrager
more,
says-
right? 4 more?
Yeah, 4 or
It's
5,
amazing.
whatever it is. As Peter Schrager said on NFL Live or whatever it is, every 2 weeks that check is clearing. He got job offers to be an OC somewhere, and he said, yeah, I'm good. I'm booking a one-way ticket to Thailand. I'm taking my money, and I'm resting on it.
Is it Thailand he went?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
Thailand. Yeah.
He said
All the places you could go?
I cannot understand why more coaches, GMs, what have you, that have guaranteed contracts and get fired. And this is a trend in the NFL where there is no 5-year plan. There's not even a 3-year plan. It's a one-and-done year plan.
Okay.
So these guys will like Lovie Smith, for example. Lovie Smith, I think, signed a 4-year deal with the Texans. He gets fired after 1 year. They're going to have to pay him for three, maybe 4 years.
And I think Lovie's 70.
He just gets to kick back. But so many times coaches don't do that. They don't kick back. What do? They jump right back into it and get an OC job. No, I love the fact that he said, yeah, I'm getting all these offers. I'm going on a beach somewhere because you're stupid enough to sit here and give me a large contract and pay me. I have FU money, and I'm going to go tell someone in Thailand, FU. I love it.
It is good.
It's not bad. I had a friend a while ago who was signed to a long-term contract and got fired. And got paid. So every time we would go out to lunch or get a couple beers or whatever, no problem letting them pick up the check.
This is on the...
That's exactly what he would say.
What'd he say?
Don't worry about it. It's on them.
They're paying for it.
Yeah. So good on them. I agree with you, Pat. I don't know why more people don't do this.
Pat, I think a lot of people, too, are afraid to... They want to jump because if they jump, it feels like they're going to be forgotten.
I think that's the big part of it.
In our industry, I know it happens a lot.
I think in sports, absolutely, where it's the fear of, oh, my God, if I don't take this job, then all of a sudden I'm a pariah. We've seen that not at all be the case. But if you're Cliff Kingsbury, do I want to sit there and watch film study for 15 hours a day at some OC? Do I want to go back to college and hit the recruiting trail? No, I really don't, because Thailand's beaches are looking real nice.
You know,
I don't understand it.
Did you see Did you see the Cardinals, though? And we said it before when his team, the quarterback, Kyler Murray, he did not have a ton of support, a lot of vocal supporters in his locker room when he was having his issues. He didn't really get a big goodbye going out the door.
No?
In Arizona, as far as players being like, oh, my gosh, they took him out already? Like, I don't know if he made quite a connection with them. There was nobody trashing him. But there was nobody saying, man, this is... You had a few of the guys saying, well, it feels like it's like we did this to him. Like we did it to him. We got him fired. But you didn't have...
They're calling him now to come visit in Thailand.
Man, of all the places you could go on a one-way ticket, you pick Thailand.
I just saw
a documentary. And you got all the money in the world to do what you want to do, and you pick Thailand.
Well, let's not act like Thailand is Belarus.
No,
I mean,
I'm saying
really
I got you, but I don't know.
It's not my first pick.
It wouldn't even be in my top 10 picks.
But I'm not going to yuck the man's yum.
Oh, that is the truth.
Attaboy,
That is
Pat.
To go to a beach in Thailand, I mean, The Hangover Part 2 made it look very appealing.
Yeah, you could.
Minus the
I
whole
didn't
monkey
see
thing.
2. I was afraid it was going to ruin it for me.
It's a terrible movie.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Terrible.
It was the
Okay,
same
good.
damn movie. They switched a kid with a monkey. They switched Vegas with Thailand.
If you could make it through that movie,
Hangover 2?
I'd give you $5.
Wow.
If you could put that on your TV and sit from beginning to end and not go, oh, this is crap. That was crap. Terrible movie.
We're never going to find out because I'm not going to try.
Hey, support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners, All Seasons Comfort Control, and make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. We appreciate you being with us. Cuz Radio entertains you next. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Hey, it's home show season, and Window Nation is bringing the home show right to your smartphone. What do you mean? They've got a free virtual visualizer. Sounds high-tech, doesn't it? No, just go to the front of your house right now and take a picture of your house, okay? Upload a picture of your home and view hundreds of window options, and you can insert all the different size, style, color options right onto your home as a canvas. And you're going to start saving on your heating bills. You can be saving up to 30% on your heating bills. Think about the cooling bills you're going to save on next summer. Think about how it raises the value of your home. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months, and their buy two, get two free offer is there for you, too. It's WindowNation.com's home show. So go to WindowNation.com/home show and upload that picture of your home and start seeing all the possibilities. Plus, 5 years interest-free, buy two, get two free. Call them at 866-90-NATION and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details. All offers on approved credit. Plus tax items $452.
It's New Year, new car.
Woo-hoo!
Hey, this is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Woo-hoo!
Boy, I guess.
Easy, boy. Here we go.
New year, new car.
And they're off.
World famous Gary Barberas is storming out of the gate, and you can too in America's favorite from $12,990. Yes, from $12,990.